Trailblazer, monster, lesbian. Ellen Degeneres has done it all. But inside all of us, there are two Ellens. And we're gonna find out about both of them and more on this episode of
Too Many Tabs.
Remember to smile.
Welcome to Too Many Tabs, a podcast where a husband and wife duo sit next to each other in chairs.
That's right. There's been an incident.
There has been an incident, but good news, it's not asbestos. Bad news, we're here at the lovely King of Prussia Studios.
Not really bad news, but this is nice.
This is very nice. And actually, we realized as we sat down to record this very special episode of Too Many Tabs that we've never been in a spot or setting that is more like, of all places, the Ellen Degeneres show.
It just has the lighting, the vibe.
It does.
It feels like we're on Ellen.
It does.
And Ellen is a cultural icon.
Ellen is, in today's episode, to wrap up June,
Yeah.
to wrap up the Pride series, Mrs. P. So some of you guys picked up the theme pretty quick. They're like,
Yeah.
man, they seem to be talking a lot about Pride. Yes, today's episode is going to be about Ellen Degeneres.
Yes.
And inside all of us, there really are two Ellens, right?
Yeah, okay. There's two Ellens inside of us. Here's the thing. Ellen DeGeneres is a comedian, actress, television host, writer, producer. She started her career in stand-up comedy in the 80s and then announced her retirement in 2024 due to allegations of workplace bullying.
Yes.
Right? So the thing is, if she's an icon, she is culturally, historically relevant. She changed the world for the better for the LGBT plus Q community. However, she did leave a path of destruction in her wake.
Yeah, she changed the lives of millions, and
Yeah.
she hurt, dozens.
I don't know how many people.
We don't know quite how many.
But listen, I think that maybe in my opinion, Ellen is a really clear example of the duality of man, right? Like she is a study in nuance. Is she a power-hungry bully? Is she a cultural icon who changed the world for the better? We're going to let you decide.
And yeah, what a place for us to let people decide. For the first time ever, we actually were like, oh, we should probably put something behind us.
Yeah, I found our YouTube plaque.
Yeah, we have our YouTube button, guys. That was from like over a year ago. I was like, yeah, we'll hang it. And then it's been sitting on the floor. I had to blow plaster dust off of it because our house is full of plaster dust, but not asbestos.
Not asbestos.
Hey!
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. Everyone on our Patreon at Pearlmania500.net was in the comments being like, what do you mean you think your walls are poison?
Yeah, it could have been anything,
It
really.
could have been anything, but we've done all the testing. But we're so happy to be here in this studio, and you're happy to be in a big chair.
I like a big chair.
This
I
has
like
been
that I
your
could
dream.
crisscross applesauce.
Yes.
Yeah, this is so strange, so surreal. Don't get used to this. We're not going to be able to keep this up.
I
this
don't
is
know.
expensive.
If more people join us at Pearlmania500.net, or if we do wilder and wilder ad reads for crazier and crazier millionaires who may or may not steal their children's blood, then we could maybe afford things like this more often. But let's talk about other people who could afford things.
Oh, I know someone who can afford this.
Who can afford this
And
hardcore.
much more.
And much, much more. Ellen Degeneres.
You don't have to say her last name.
No.
That's the whole thing. When I say Ellen, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
She has Madonna level, cultural knowledge.
Yeah, Madonna, Cher,
Oprah.
Beyonce, Oprah,
I'm just
Ellen.
saying,
Yeah.
when you say Ellen, people know what you're talking about. And that is really crazy, considering where she came from. She was born, Ellen Lee DeGeneres, on January 26, 1958. She's an Aquarius.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I never thought of the fact that Ellen is like my parents' age.
Yeah, she's a boomer.
I've always thought of Ellen as more Gen X.
Oh.
But she's a boomer.
She's a boomer, an Aquarius boomer.
Okay. Is it what astrologically, what does that mean?
Me.
Oh. Okay. Dangerous. All right.
So she was born in the New Orleans area in Louisiana.
Okay.
Okay. She was raised a Christian Scientist.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Her parents filed for separation in 1973. Shortly after, her mother married her stepdad, Roy.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I can already feel the way. Okay, you have a tell.
I have a tell?
Whenever you introduce a man you don't like, you say it in a very specific way.
Roy.
But two, a stepdad named Roy never
Not
ends
great.
up well.
Not great.
Never ends up well.
Yeah, it's not going to go well. So Mom, Ellen, and Roy moved from New Orleans to Atlanta, Texas.
Oh, wow. What a turn.
I know.
I was
you
very
thought
hyped. You
yeah.
said Atlanta, and I was like, oh. And then you said Texas. I went, no.
No, yeah, it's like
Where is
3
it?
hours outside of Dallas.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I know.
Go
It's-
Birds. What?
Yeah.
Outside of that. They moved her to Atlanta near Dallas, Texas.
And not cool Atlanta where the softball is.
No.
Anyway,
like
when
our prior episode.
when she was 15 years old, Ellen Degeneres was molested by her stepfather.
Whoa.
And it gets worse.
Okay.
Her mother had recently been diagnosed with breast cancer, and while her mom was in the hospital, the stepdad told her he needed to examine her breasts for lumps, which he did, and then she like fought him off, runs away, hides in her bedroom, locks the door, jumps out a friggin' window, and spends the night in hospital hiding from him. That's Roy. Okay?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. So
Roy, real fast. Pull it in on me real fast. Fuck Roy.
he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yay! That was the fastest comeuppance we've ever heard. Oh,
So,
man. Okay.
Ellen had like a strained relationship with her mom because
okay. I would say so.
Because she didn't believe her for a long time and stayed with Roy, and she finally realized Ellen was telling the truth because Roy could never keep his story straight. Also, Roy was dying, and then when Roy finally died, then her mom was finally like, "Yeah, I believe you," and that's
That's a little late.
I don't like that.
Late.
I don't
That's
like
a little
it.
late. Oh, now that he can't hurt anyone anymore, and now I believe you.
Yeah, gross.
Okay, that feels
Gross.
I'm gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
That feels a little bit like an allegory for America and the Red Hat Society. All right, that's how that feels.
Is that how it feels?
Yeah. Now that he's gone, I believe you. Now that he's gone, I believe you that he molested children. that's just so you guys know. That's about a 3-year.
Wait till he's gone.
3-year spoiler.
So she graduates high school and she's going to go to college, and the smell of beignets and delicious Cafe du Monde are calling her because she goes back to New Orleans, baby.
Okay, I need to stop you real fast
Yeah.
because you said it wrong twice now.
What did I say
It's
wrong?
pronounced Nolans.
Oh, okay.
You have to say Nolans.
I don't think I'm going to be
You
able
gotta
to.
go Nolans.
I have incredible hoagie mouth, which we've brought up
I
many
know.
times.
I know, but you keep saying
It's impossible.
You keep saying New Orleans.
Yes.
At least you don't say New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I got beignets, right? Can I get some credit?
You know what? Guys, get down the chat. And first thing, like, subscribe, comment, give us 5 stars. And then write, good job on the beignets. She can't even eat them.
I can't. So she goes back to New Orleans and to attend the University of New Orleans, where she majored in communications.
Oh,
Let's
I
go.
thought about being a communications
Let's
major
go.
for a minute.
What was your major in?
By the end, I went to Delaware County Community College.
Sure.
And I majored in general studies.
General studies.
General studies. I have an associate's degree
Yeah.
in general studies.
And that's why you just got to remember that this is a comedy history podcast. We're
Exactly.
we don't know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you have an associate's degree.
Yeah,
in
paralegal studies.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Which is why we like to remind you that you should always do your own research. These are all our own opinions. And Ellen, we swear we're being nice.
Yeah.
Okay? we're trying.
So after one semester, she leaves school to go work a clerical job at a law firm.
Okay.
And then she started to do the young people job hop, as one does. She got a job at JCPenney.
Oh.
Then she starts waitressing where? TGI Fridays. Same girl, same.
Okay.
Helped do the broccoli buffet. I know about that life.
Can I tell you, as
Yeah.
somebody who just ate at Chili's yesterday,
How was it?
it was amazing.
Okay.
I get very sad now when I go to like a TGI Fridays or a Chili's because everyone in there is old. Everyone's old. It's a weird thing when you go in. There's not a single person.
Yeah.
Even the waitresses.
Oh, well.
Like the waitresses and the bartender. The whole thing feels vestigial.
I really enjoyed working at TGI Fridays back in
you?
the day. I was like 17, 18.
It
was a
like-
great job. I was in charge of the salad bar. I just had to redo the salad bar. And then you had to be in charge of the salad bar for a few months before you were allowed to wait tables.
Yeah.
And so it was just like opening giant cans of chocolate pudding, getting the broccoli salad with the cheddar cheese shreds.
Vanilla pudding from a giant can is the
delicious.
best. It's the best one.
Okay.
RFK tried to take that from us. But real fast aside.
Okay.
Real fast aside.
I'm listening.
I used to call all of them shit on the walls restaurants.
Yeah.
Because it was like TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesdays,
Bennigan's.
Chili's, Bennigan's, Ground Round, Outback. I have such fond memories of all those places. I used to go there all the time with my grandma. It was
Yeah.
like one of the few places I knew that was safe when she had like dementia and stuff like that. We could take her there and she could always get something she could find. And I miss them. And now that's my nostalgia.
That's your nostalgia?
My two like nostalgia tier where I'm like, I understand conservatives a little bit and like, oh, they took this from us type of feeling.
Who, private equity?
Malls. And shit on the wall restaurants.
Yeah, private
Tchotchke
equity
restaurants.
took them both from you.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
Nobody else but private equity.
They stripped all of our humanity
She
from us.
also worked as a house painter, a hostess, and a bartender. I need you to know that what I've described is the recipe to be funny.
Yeah, well, you described basically my life.
My life too.
Legit, I was a house painter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't work at JCPenney's. I worked at Sears.
Yeah, I worked retail. I
You
worked
gotta work
retail a few
retail.
times. But yeah, job hunting.
Humping, yeah.
Hopping is the word I was looking for. But humping works probably too. This is a thing that you have to do. You need a lot of experience to be funny.
Yeah,
in
so
a lot of different jobs.
She starts performing stand-up comedy at small clubs and coffee shops. By 1981, she was the MC at Clyde's Comedy Club in New Orleans.
Okay.
All right.
She was like their regular. She was their regular MC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She cited at the time that her biggest inspirations and influences in comedy were Steve Martin and Woody Allen. Oh, see? That's going to be a common theme, I think, with Ellen, is you're going to go,
yeah,
over and over again.
Steve Martin, you're like, one of the greats.
Yeah.
Woody Allen.
Oh, no, gross. Scarlett Johansson,
from the
why?
Epstein files?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his daughter wife still likes him, I think. That's the thing with Woody Allen. He got a daughter wife.
Yeah, that's
not great.
That's not good.
That's not a good time.
You shouldn't be on the side of the guy with the daughter wife.
Yeah, you
ever.
really can't be. That's the thing. Steve Martin's very funny.
He
though.
is so funny.
And this is an interesting time because I do remember.
Look at this. I can lean back.
You can lean back. You
God,
feel
I love
comfy
the
in
chairs.
it.
I love
Do you
the
like
chairs.
it?
Yeah, I love it.
It's pretty good.
It's nice.
Yeah, no, but this is around. You said this is like 81.
Yeah.
She was born in 58. So yeah, she's in like her early 20s.
Partying.
She's partying.
Doing
she's
comedy,
going out.
serving tables.
She's meeting people.
Yeah.
I bet this is part of the time she looks back on fondly. I do the same thing, and then my wife reminds me that it was hell. She's like, oh yeah. Have fun. Oh, you're gonna perform in the back of a bar called JP McShakey's in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and some dude's gonna throw a knife at your head. Yeah, it sounds great, babe. What do they pay you in? Yingling? No, you're gonna pay for them yourselves. Wow, you did comedy and lost money.
Oh, drink tickets? Are they going to pay our mortgage? So she goes on a national tour, and she tours all over, and she's really successful.
Oh, yeah.
In 1984, she was named Showtime's funniest person in America.
Really?
So the same year we were born, she was already the funniest person in America.
And you know what? I will say I have seen early Ellen stand up.
Yeah.
I've seen like the 80s Ellen. Because I remember
She had a strong mullet game.
she had a very strong
mullet game.
But it's very clean.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, I know he's going through it right now, but like Nate Bargatze and Ellen, very similar because it's like pseudo observational.
Yeah.
It's stuff that like parents can laugh at and kids can laugh at. It doesn't feel over anyone's head. There's no like wink, wink, nudge, nudge to it at all.
Yeah.
One of her bits I remember was like I think it was like her at a party. Like taking a bite of something as somebody walked. It's just like, this is my impersonation of you take a bite as somebody walks up to say hello to you. And it's her just like, like that for like way too long.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. Like her stuff from when she was young and hungry.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
How dare you say that she is old and full? So...
I mean, I know. Not to say, usually when you cover things, I know nothing about somebody. But like this time, I know enough.
You know
I know
how
a
the
little.
story ends.
I have aspects of how the story ends.
So Ellen DeGeneres appeared on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Her November 28th, 1986 debut was a massive milestone. She made history as the very first female comedian Johnny Carson ever invited to sit down on his coveted couch after performing her stand-up set.
Really?
Yes. She was the first female comedian to be asked to come sit down and talk.
So yeah, that's a huge, to those of you guys who don't know with Carson, that made careers. There's a thing now, like now people don't understand it because the Tonight Show used to be the biggest deal in stand-up comedy. If you did the Tonight Show and you did all right, you could work as at least a feature, a touring club comic for probably the rest of your life was the idea, especially in like the 80s during the comedy boom.
Yeah.
You could go up and anywhere in the world, anywhere in America would book you. if you got called to the couch, what it was is you had 5 minutes at the end of the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Where you get up and you talk, you tell your bits, haha, everybody laughs, oh, that's so funny, that's so funny. And then that would end.
Yeah.
And if Johnny really liked you, he'd say, come over here, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah.
And that little intro bio, tell me a little bit more about yourself, and sit down on the couch and just tell me a little bit more. That meant from that moment forward, you were not only a headliner, the studios were going to talk to you, agents were going to be pounding on your door, you might get brand deals, you might be able to become a commercial, like, you know, literally a commercial actor, like you actually do commercials and be like a spokesman for people. Comedians weren't doing arena tours at that level back then, but you could do something. You could do the bigger clubs instead of like, oh, I'm going to do a Wednesday. You were going to get whole weekends at like Dangerfields and stuff. Like this is like groundbreaking. Yeah. And for her to get called, it's also crazy because I think Carson retires like 5 years later. Like he retires in like 91. So he was on the air for like 40 fucking years. Yeah. And the first woman that he calls over is Ellen fucking DeGeneres?
I bet he would have called Joan over, but he had that long feud with Joan.
Well, Joan Rivers he had as a fill-in.
But then they had the falling out.
He got mad at her because she tried to...
She's funnier than him.
She had her own show for a minute, and he viewed her as competition. And then because she was competition. Yeah. And she was funnier than him.
She was funnier than him.
Yeah, it was a different type of humor. Yeah. It's a different form.
Good humor.
Wow.
So, okay.
He was going through his 9th divorce or some shit.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right. We had to, I like how you worded it because she was the first female comedian he'd called over to the couch while the show was on air. Yes. We don't know if he was the first woman that he ever called over to the couch because, Johnny Carson got them.
All right. Okay. So in 1988, she gets a small part on a TV show called Duet. And then that show got a spinoff called Open House, where she got a recurring role on that show. So this is where she's getting into sitcom TV.
Okay. Early Ellen
sitcom. She's a guest star, right? In 1993, she gets her first movie role in Coneheads.
Ellen's in Coneheads?
Yes.
I watched Coneheads so many times on HBO.
She plays the high school swimming coach. They made her a high school gym teacher. It's very on the nose, guys.
Okay, I remember there's a sight gag.
Yeah, because she has the cap on.
She has the big cap on, and then when she dives, the Conehead daughter. Yeah. Coneheads is an SNL spin-off movie about aliens that have heads shaped like cones, where only like 2 guys know that they're aliens. Yeah. Actually, they're being chased by INS, which is Immigration and Naturalization Services, which was the precursor to ICE.
Great.
And the whole joke is nobody takes them seriously because nobody gives a shit about INS. And it's like, that's like a running joke in 1993 about like immigration in America and shit like that. And the teenage daughter is a swimmer. Yeah. She puts this massive skull, like swimmer's cap on. Yeah. And then when she lands in the water, there's like a negative splash. Yeah. Because she just slips right in because of the shape of her head. Yeah. She's the perfect diver is the running joke. I forgot Ellen. You're right. Ellen is in there. And she has that like very, very
she's got
early 90s.
Early 90s coach energy.
It's so wild. Talking about Ellen and then people not knowing is like when you find out people didn't think Liberace. You know what I mean? Like Liberace is like, hello, I'm Liberace. And Ellen's out there, mullet. Yeah. They immediately cast her as a swim coach. Like, come on.
So after these few things, she lands her own self-titled show called Ellen.
Okay, so this is the original Ellen.
The
original Ellen show.
The sitcom show, Ellen.
And real fast. One thing I do want to say is Ellen followed the path that a lot of 80s and 90s comics wanted to follow. Mm-hmm. And there was a couple different ways you could see this. It's confusing now for people because the studios have fallen apart, the structure has fallen apart because of the internet, because of podcasts, because of TikTok and everything else, and streaming. The old way though was you got good at stand-up. And then you moved to LA and then you could become an actor. Yeah. And then there's a flip side of it too, where some actors couldn't get work. So then they would do stand up to be seen next to the Ellen DeGeneres or the Drew Carey I mean, you look at like Bill Cosby is one who actually like formatted this a lot.
Yeah.
There's all of these guys. Red Fox is another amazing comic from back in the day. He played Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Sanford and Son.
So there's a bunch of different ones where historically this was a way for stand-up comedians to, one, get off the road, and two, finally get that cash in.
Yeah.
Which is wild. And so if you want to see me before I get off the road, crashingouttour.com, coming to 12 different cities with me and Phil DeFranco, guys, you can check it out. You know what? Let's go ahead and put a little bug right here across the bottom. It just says crashingouttour.com. Or you go down the show description. I just want to throw that out there because, things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Things have changed. I'm not going to go to LA one day, do stand up, get picked up for an SNL spinoff movie where we're hiding my sexuality for a while and then get a self-titled show called Pearlman.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
No
one would tune into a show called Alex, first thing.
No.
It's never going to happen.
No.
Ellen is a good name.
He doesn't give him you'd be very King of Queens. It'd be you being like, rah, rah, and I'm like, why don't you know where the scissors are?
That's so funny. Can I tell you why?
What?
I started at the same club as him, Kevin James.
Really?
Yeah, Northeast Comedy Cabaret. The Comedy Cabaret, they had Kevin James and one other guy came through there.
Yeah.
And they always, I remember when I started out doing stand-up comedy, they had this massive picture of Kevin James. Like, what is this fuck up here? And they were like,
you mean Paul Blart?
This was before Paul Blart. This was before Paul Blart.
They couldn't have known how big he was going to get.
They had no idea.
Paul Blart. Okay,
Yeah.
so she lands her own self-titled show called Ellen that ran from 1994 to 1998.
Yes.
And it had an incredible roster of guest stars.
Okay.
Let me tell you about some of the guest stars that appeared on the original Ellen sitcom.
List them.
Bruce Campbell.
Wow.
Martha Stewart. Kevin McDonald.
Okay.
Mary Tyler Moore. Anne Heche. Carrie Fisher. B. Arthur. Mariska Hargitay. Janine Garofalo. Sarah McLachlan. Kathy Griffin. Katie Lang. Leslie Jordan. Oprah. Bonnie Ray. Joan Jett. Anne Rice. Helen Hunt. Melissa Etheridge. Glenn Close. Juliana Margulies. Cindy Crawford. Jada Pinkett Smith. Gina Gershon. Queen Latifah. And of course, Laura fucking Dern.
Wow. That's an incredible list. That's such an incredible list of guest stars. It's also from the time, too. Another thing I miss.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. P, I miss.
What?
Can I tell you what I miss?
What?
When they used
Gina
to...
Gershon?
No, beyond Gina Gershon. But when somebody famous would show up on a sitcom and everyone would lose their mind.
Yeah, and the audience would go crazy.
Yeah, because they'd walk, they'd open the door. They'd be like, oh, who is it? And they'd open the door. They'd be like, it's Jelly Roll.
And then they close and lock the door.
Slam the door and go, this is a bunny household.
Before he steals all the copper wiring in the walls. What are we talking about?
I miss that, though.
Yeah.
I do miss... Because, the shows that still do... There's a few shows that still do studio audiences.
Yeah.
But they feel canned.
Yeah.
They feel... And that's actually because of Fran Drescher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a very specific reason about that. But they had professionals... There was a while where they had professional studio audiences who
I would
knew
crush
how
at
to
that.
act.
I would you want me to sit here, maybe have a little snack and a bev, and then just clap, clap, clap when the sign says?
You know how to pretend very well
I'm
that you're
super good at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you guys want to know, if you guys want to see Mrs. P's reel on pretending that she's having a good time and enjoying somebody doing some whack bullshit next to her, watch the last 182 episodes of Too Many Tabs. I think a lot of those you can only listen.
Yeah.
You can't actually see her. You can only see you for the last
not couple.
It's last 40.
Last 40 episodes.
Yeah.
Before that, you just have to use your ears.
You got to use your ears. And you could hear her acting out. You've gotten very good, by the way.
Thank you.
You've gotten very good at pretending that what I'm saying makes sense.
It's a true skill. Also, when I was on the IMDb page, I saw that in 1996, in one of her first roles at age 11, Kaylee Cuoco played Little Ellen. And so then I was like, wait a minute. Is Ellen the reason we all have to suffer through people thinking Big Bang Theory is funny?
Okay, stop. Stop right there, all right? Because fuck the Big Bang Theory, but you can't talk shit on Cuoco.
I can't?
No, she's amazing. She's really good.
She's nice.
Okay?
I like her.
The Harley Quinn animated series on HBO Max is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. And I will not sit here and have you, if we're already going to have to talk shit about Ellen, we can't also talk shit about the lesbian version of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, which, is it Kelly Cuoco or Kaylee Cuoco?
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Yeah.
Kaylee Cuoco is like a showrunner on.
Got
and
it.
fought really, really hard to be like, no, Harley Quinn needs to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Like, no. This is not headcanon. It's a multiverse DC Comics before the Ellisons purchase all of it.
Also, this show had Jeremy Piven on it.
Oh, yeah.
He's a monster.
Yeah, I forgot about him. But yeah, he's from Entourage. You guys remember?
Google it.
Google it.
Listen,
There's accusations
When
there.
we take, let's take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, I'm going to tell you about what changes everything.
Okay, and just like Ellen, we love a sponsor. Running a business is all about flexibility. And boy, are we finding flexibility this week, Mrs. P. Shopify has all the tools you need every step of the way. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses. If you've ever seen that purple Shop Pay button at checkout, you already know Shopify, and you know that.
I know that purple button very well.
Yes, and so does my credit card. Shopify has easy-to-use tools to help your business grow. Customize your brand in the Shopify Design Studio, run social media campaigns, and reach new customers in the marketing tool. Shopify can even help manage inventory and international shipping. Everything you need is all in one place, meaning your business runs smoother. When that happens, your whole life is easier. If you ever run into trouble, Shopify's award-winning 24/7 customer support is there to help. It's time to turn those what-ifs into... with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/too-many. Go to shopify.com/too-many. That's shopify.com/too-many. And we're back. Thank you so much. And if you guys don't like hearing those ads, you can always join us at Pearlmania500.net to get ad-free content and bonus content as well.
Bonus content. We just dropped a new Food Idiot, which barely is a recipe. It's really just two people losing their minds in the dark.
Yep.
And then the after party where we respond to your comments from YouTube, Patreon, and the secret YouTube.
Yeah, secret YouTube, which is where you can watch this show without ads.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
right.
also very, very fun.
That's true.
And Mrs. P.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, because you alluded to it.
Okay.
We're talking about the first Ellen
Yeah.
show, the original Ellen.
The OG
It was just
Ellen.
called Ellen.
It was just called Ellen.
Just called Ellen. And you're saying everything's about to change.
Yes. So by the end of the third season, the producers were becoming frustrated by the series' lack of focus and lack of interest that the main character, Ellen Morgan, that was the character's name, Ellen Morgan, had for standard sitcom tropes like dating. Disney boss Michael Eisner suggested that since the character showed no inclination towards dating, she should just get a puppy. And there's a quote. It was an indication of just how lost the show was that the network executives would be excited for Ellen getting a puppy.
That's so insane.
Yeah.
That's so, because the show's doing well.
It's doing well.
It had, 5 seasons, I think you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the show's doing well, but they're like, it could be sloppier. It could be more slop.
You're lacking romance, and that's what we need to sell the laundry detergent between the ads.
Yeah.
Right, because it was just ads.
Yeah, that's insane. Can I just say something real fast, too? There is there's a very insane thing that we haven't touched on.
What's that?
Because Ellen did another movie during this time.
Okay.
And it's a movie with, I think it's Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, different Bill.
Different Bill. Do you know what that movie's called? Do you remember that existing?
I don't remember it.
I only remember this because I remember walking past it at Blockbuster and always being like, that's too on the nose.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was called?
No.
It was called Mr. Wrong.
Okay.
It's a dark comedy where Ellen Degeneres is like dating this guy who's terrible and she's looking for Mr. Right.
She's not going to find him.
She's not going to find
No,
him.
dude.
No, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
The producers who are making movies like, Ellen, you're going to have this in a movie where you don't enjoy dating this guy. And she's like, okay.
She's like, I'm going to nail this part.
I'm going to be really, really good at this. And then the same thing. She has this highly successful TV show, and they're like, where's the man?
So the sitcom is successful in doing incredible numbers. And then, okay, this is a sidebar, a tab I found, which is that she gets this deal in 1996 that includes Jamie Lee Curtis, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Alex Trebek. Yeah. She gets her own ride at Disney's Epcot called Ellen's Energy Adventure. And it was like a dinosaur themed ride, and it was open for 20 years. It only shut down in 2017.
Wait, Ellen Degeneres
Yes.
had her own Epcot ride.
Yes.
Called Ellen's Energy Adventure, featuring, Bill Nye?
Bill Nye the Science Guy, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Alex Trebek.
Okay.
And it was a dinosaur themed ride because it was actually just pro fossil fuel propaganda presented by Exxon.
Oh my God. She did. It's Dynaco?
It's Dynaco from
It's
Toy
Dynaco
Story.
from fucking Pixar and Cars.
No, but originally Dynaco shows up in Toy Story
Yes,
when they
it
stop
does.
at the gas station.
I know. We know too much about the interconnectedness of the Pixar universe. Because it's in the background when the Yo truck
Yeah.
stops.
The pizza guy.
Yeah, the Pizza Planet truck stops at a gas station, and it's a Dynaco gas station.
Yes.
But it was brought to you by Exxon?
Yes. It's incredible. It was like, okay, so it was one of those rides where like you get, I think in like a little
Epcot's
roller coaster
lame.
setting.
I just want to real fast. I know. Go ahead. Hate me all you want. Hate me all you
You
want.
think people are going to hate you for not liking Epcot?
I think so, because people who are super into the Disney parks,
Oh, well,
they'll defend everything.
That's true.
Okay, they'll defend everything. Epcot's lame, even though I haven't been to it in 30 years. I remember as a kid being like, "What is this?"
I don't know.
And like, because it's supposed to be. I know everyone I know ever goes to Epcot. They're like, "We're gonna drink around the world in a day," and I'm like, "Or you could travel.
you could just
You could
go
just
around.
travel to a real place and have a new experience."
No, so it's like one of those rides where like you're on a roller coaster and then it's like slowly going through and you're watching a movie.
No, it's the Hershey Park. It's the Hershey Park
Yes,
chocolate
it's the
fountain
Hershey
ride.
Park chocolate fountain ride. And so
Then
it's-
we need to explain that. I got to explain that. There's chocolate propaganda in Pennsylvania. You have to go to Hershey Park, and it's one of the first rides you see, and they basically put you in a fake chocolate fountain where you're on. It's basically a dark ride,
Yeah.
which is like the lights are kind of turned down a little bit, and you're on this little raft thing that kind of like floats through, and it just plays movies around of like, this is how we get cocoa leaves.
Yep.
And we're definitely sustainable and we treat the farmers well. Ignore the crimes.
Yeah, ignore the crimes.
There's a lot of like the ignore
Look
the
how
crimes.
happy the cows are. The cows are
The
singing.
cows, and then we milk local Pennsylvania cows with their raw milk. And you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But Ellen did the same thing for fracking.
For sure,
What
dude.
is with gay
Also-
icons and oil?
Also,
RuPaul, Ellen, oil.
I would never besmirch his good name, but why the fuck is Bill Nye the science guy there?
I don't
Why
know.
is Bill Nye in the Exxon propaganda, Bill?
He's done a lot of work since then.
He had to make up for it.
He had to have, definitely.
Okay, so Ellen is going.
I do wonder. I know. I know you probably don't have research about it. I do wonder if it was sold to him as different.
You know what? I didn't watch all of the videos where like you can, because they have the videos on YouTube.
Okay, people
But,
videotape that to right through.
Basically, the video is like Ellen falls asleep and she's dreaming, and in this dream she goes on a tour of like oil and coal things, of like clean energy, and Bill Nye is explaining to her how clean energy is.
So he's doing the science part.
He's doing the science part, but he's like, and there's like a part I think,
beautiful clean coal.
and beautiful clean oil energy. I was like, and he's like, but it's like very like, I don't know how to describe this. She asked a question about like, well, like, is there any chance that like this could negatively affect global warming? And Bill Nye's like, well, the science really isn't conclusive yet. And I was like, how much did that sentence cost, Bill?
Yeah.
Send me that check,
Was
Bill.
it $12.5 million, Bill? It should be $12.5 million.
I hope it was.
You know what? We can't research them too much.
I'm not
can
gonna.
we?
Not
But
gonna.
I will say that's very funny.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love the idea of Ellen DeGeneres. Global oil apologist. It's so crazy.
So for kids.
For kids. Imagine you're like, oh, where are we going? We're going to see Mickey Mouse? No. Get on Ellen's Energy Express.
We're gonna learn about oil.
Oil time.
Why is it about dinosaurs, Daddy? Oh, because the dinosaurs are the oil, little Timmy.
I love that. That's also my other favorite too, because it's not really I used to joke that we are fighting over dragon blood. Every time there's a war in the Middle East, it's actually we're fighting over magical dragon blood.
Yep.
Because it's a fossil fuel. But the fossil, for the most part, is plants.
Yeah.
Not these ones. These are fake.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Hey, I don't wanna call
that
them
means
out.
they are fossil fuels because they're made of petroleum, which is what that's made of. Haha.
Even this one? Yeah.
Yeah. So Ellen is going to get that puppy, okay? Well, there's going to be a puppy episode.
Oh,
All
and
right.
I forgot. We went on too many asides
I got to
there.
bring you back.
The 1996 was a pivotal year for a lot of people. For us, we were 12.
Yeah, 12. It was pivotal.
Magical time.
I had to have my jaw separated before my braces got put on. So that was super
yeah,
cool.
I had the spacer thing.
Yeah.
Because I had a tooth coming in the roof of my mouth, and then I had to grab a tooth and then like cut a hole.
Yeah,
and have it
12 is
pull.
just time for dental
yeah,
interventions.
honestly, I give anybody grace for 12.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they tweeted something when they were 12. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, yeah,
They're going through it.
They had braces. So the puppy episode is a 2-part episode. Ellen's character realizes that she is a lesbian, and she comes out within the 2-part episode.
Dun dun dun.
The title.
Spoilers, by the way, babe.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers. You mean to tell me Ellen's gay?
What?
Oh my God.
So this title was used as a code name for Ellen's coming out episode, so they could keep the episode a secret. So on all the documents, it just said
I'm
the
glad
puppy
they went with
episode.
puppy and not cat.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying
It's
it could have.
because it goes back to what Eisner said
Yeah.
of her buying a puppy. And
Yeah,
they
no,
were
I
like, yeah.
understand. No,
Yeah.
I understand that. But there is a world out there.
No,
where,
there's not.
where
Behind the
scumbags-
scenes, Ellen had been negotiating with ABC Brass to have Ellen Morgan come out of the closet. When word of the negotiations got out, Ellen Degeneres found herself in the center of intense speculation about when she or her character or both were going to come out. When DeGeneres didn't really help things because she was constantly hinting at her character or both coming out off screen on the show or within the show.
Yeah.
So she was doing what do they call it? Like the eggs?
Oh, Easter eggs.
She was Easter egging all the time.
She was Swiftying? She was doing
Yes.
Taylor Swift Easter eggs?
She was doing Taylor Swift Easter eggs about it the whole
because,
time.
the Gaylors would have had such a good time back then.
Oh, the Gaylors would have been
They would have
in
had
it.
such a good time. I do want to say one thing because I do remember watching a bio thing about Ellen years and years ago. Ellen, this actually happened with a lot of out stars, especially from the 90s. A lot in 80s and 90s stars. A lot of them came out when they were younger. In their late teens, early 20s, especially ones that were very artistic. So Ellen was out when she was doing stand-up in New Orleans. She had a girlfriend, people knew. But as she moved to LA, she kind of went back into the closet and was very protective. Another one who did that was Paul Rubens, who's
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman, and there was just a documentary about him. Very out when he was living in Florida, in the art school, had all these movies where he was playing gay characters and very open with his sexuality. But again, as Hollywood came knocking and they're like, well, how is this going to play in Iowa?
Yeah.
How is this going to play in the Midwest? How is this going to play in the South? They pulled back because they knew that they wouldn't get as many commercial deals. They wouldn't have the opportunities. The studios would be afraid because of how would brand partnerships work, and then those things.
Yeah. So when the word of potential lesbianism got out there, the backlash immediately began.
The backlash to the backlash for the thing that just begun?
The studio received bomb threats. Ellen was followed by a car to the studio on at least one occasion by suspicious mans. However, some in the entertainment industry thought that this whole coming out thing was simply a ratings stunt.
Really?
Yeah, so there was also an undercurrent of people being like, this isn't real. She's just doing this for ratings.
What's that thing? What do they call that? What do they call that when you pretend you're gay for fans?
Oh, there is a word for it.
There's a word for it. I can't remember what it's called.
We'll think of it. Let
Write
us
it
know in the comments.
Okay, this is going to be the thing. This is like retaining wall. Write it in the comments.
Oh man, I know what it is because they always say the one pop star guy's doing it.
They accuse Kenny Omega of the Golden Lovers of doing it in pro wrestling all the time. There's a few. There's pop stars will do it. They'll claim it for because there's a whole
queer baiting.
Queer baiting. Yes,
nailed it.
Yes, we did it. Oh my God, you know what it is?
What?
It's the studio.
It's the studio.
The first time ever. I think that's the first time in the history of this show.
Good lighting made my brain work.
Good lighting. Just nice vibes behind us.
Yeah.
Wallpaper that isn't cracking. that isn't falling apart and bubbling
What are
behind
you?
us?
Stop acknowledging the wallpaper that may or may not be cracking and falling apart behind us.
Well, that's not the wall that's the problem. The walls that were the problem were below the studio.
So
Okay, so people were accusing, in 1996, they were like, you're pretending to be gay for money,
for
Ellen.
money, Ellen, yeah.
And Ellen's like, people are trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
So she begins dropping hints on episodes leading up to the puppy episode that she was planning on coming out, including sight gags, as in Ellen Morgan, the character, stumbling into an actual closet so that she could come out of it.
That's very funny.
A little on the
Come
nose,
out of the
Ellen.
closet, Ellen.
A
I'm
little
sure somebody
on the
actually
nose.
legitimately said it, and then the crowd laughed like it was the funniest thing they ever heard in their entire life, and you could hear people fall over in the aisles.
Yeah.
I miss those. I do want to say there was a time that the 3-camera sitcom
Yeah.
has such a time and a place, and I think movies like The Natural Born Killers kind of ruined it. There's like The Natural Born Killers. There was that other one that was the heroin movie. But there's like a few ones like that where people are in these really, really dark times, but then like there's like a 3-camera sitcom or a game show that's on the TV.
Yeah.
And it's like the juxtaposition is really dark. I don't need that.
I don't need that right
I don't
now.
need that. You know
Life's
what?
hard
Honestly,
enough.
I need the light.
Yeah.
I need that. I need this saccharine sweet
Right now I do.
desperately.
So,
The
Ellen...
reflecting pool's still green, babe.
Okay, this is not the time to talk about the reflecting
That's
pool.
when I'm crashing out.
Ellen DeGeneres finally officially came out in Time magazine on April 14th, 1997. It was actually the cover story. She had this big cover and it just said, "Yup, I'm gay."
I remember this.
Me too.
I remember the news covered it. This was like the biggest thing.
It was the biggest thing.
This was the biggest
I remember
thing of this year.
everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, at
Yeah.
church, when you went to the corner store, because like the magazine was everywhere.
Yeah,
and people
yeah.
were like just like,
Yeah, and then there was like some places. I remember there was like some pharmacies or like some corner store, like 7-Eleven and stuff like that. I don't remember which one in particular, but some of them like covered it.
yeah, they like turned it around or removed it.
Or they put like the same way they used to when they'd sell adult magazines.
Yeah.
There were these blockers that they would put up so you could still read the title, but there was like a plastic like thing that went in front of it, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
they were just like, yeah, we can't even acknowledge
Oh no!
that Ellen. But and again, too, remember, Ellen was family friendly.
Yeah, she
that
was
the whole part.
extremely likable, family-friendly content.
Yeah, and so the fact that then she was like, "Yep, I'm gay," and they were
Yep.
like, "No,
Not Ellen.
Ah!
Also, Ellen appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show with her then girlfriend, Anne Heche, the same day the puppy episode goes live. So this is all a coordinated effort at this point. The Time magazine cover hits.
Mm-hmm.
It's an explosion all over media. People are going nuts.
Yep.
And then she goes on Oprah, which is, a huge talk show at the time. And there she is with her
I
girlfriend.
remember watching this.
Yeah, she's with Anne Heche. They're talking about their relationship, blah, blah, blah. And then that night at primetime television, the puppy episode goes live.
Yeah.
So everybody's been talking. This is when water cooler talk was at its peak.
This is the peak.
We've been talking about this for days and days.
And we had monoculture.
Yep.
Because now when something happens, like you don't even know what the Amazing Digital Circus is.
I am inside of an amazing digital
No,
circus
you're not.
right
No,
now.
you're not. No, because apparently it has controversy. I know nothing about it because there's so many things now that we'll hear about, right? Where there are moments where they'll be like, oh, this new show, everybody's so excited for season 5 of Drywall.
Oh,
And you're like, what?
huh?
And they're like, Jason Sudeikis has been, you're like, Jason Sudeikis has work? Like, there's so many things like this now because of streaming, because it's on 19 different apps.
Yeah.
There's such a breakdown.
And God help you if you're on Apple. They don't promote.
They don't promote shit. And things, the Apple
The
shows
Apple
are
has
good.
such good shows.
They have such good shows.
And they never tell you.
They never do. You'll hear a little bit about one in passing.
Yeah.
Because Terry Gross might mention it once on NPR if you happen to be at your car at 3 p.m. in the Philadelphia area. But that's about it. But no, with all of these are like this. And so like there's certain shows, like I think Stranger Things was one of the last pieces of monoculture. Because that was like the early Netflix.
Yeah.
So everybody tried Stranger Things. But this moment, I remember the Oprah interview. What I remember in particular, and this is what's so crazy. Oprah, I don't think everybody remembers though, Oprah, Sally Jesse Raphael, a lot of the daytime talk shows, those were our comment sections. Those were the areas for your kind of local idiots to be able to ask questions like this.
Yeah.
And I remember it was Ellen and Anne Heche. They're sitting there. I think they're holding hands. They're like sitting on the couch. And Oprah's in the crowd. And this white mom stands up. And she has to be like mid-30s. And she'll be like, I have to explain. Why do I have to explain to my kid that you're gay? Why do you have to put it on the cover of the magazine? We were just at the grocery store. And I look up and my kid goes, Mom, what's gay? And it's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like okay, next to it, by the way, was like Bosnian war crimes.
Well.
And that's on the cover. You're not worried about that.
You're not explaining your child about Bosnia.
No.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, this is the type of thing they bring this shit up. We talked about in the last episode how many times, they'll try to claim that anything that even mentions gay people, they want to have, like in Hungary, they had them put in saran wrap.
Yeah.
They want to have anything that has trans inclusion removed. We look at our government alone removing anything having to do with DEI or the history of racism in this country. We have these people who act like acknowledging things exist, therefore make people that thing. And it drives me fucking crazy. And Ellen this moment with Ellen for a lot of people was kind of eye-opening of, what do you mean you're mad that you even notice it? And this same type of stuff happened with like Star Trek, with like the first interracial kiss. There's so many things when like television had such power in it on how to have breakthrough, to areas where these communities existed, but people denied that they were even there. Diets and nutrition trends get old fast. Make healthy eating your easiest daily habit with Green Chef. Green Chef delivers real farm-sourced ingredients with over 40 customizable weekly recipes. Enjoy delicious summer meals like roast salmon with lemon butter and Moroccan chicken quinoa bowls. Every Green Chef box comes with certified organic produce and responsibly sourced proteins and seafood.
I love the salmon with the lemon butter. That was so incredible and so easy to make back when our kitchen was working.
Yeah, when we had a functional kitchen a week ago, it was so great to have Green Chef right there. And when our kitchen works again, guess what? The first thing we're doing? We're opening up a box of Green Chef, because Green Chef is the only meal kit certified, clean, and tested by the Clean Label Project. Let Green Chef do meal planning and grocery shopping while you enjoy low prep, low mess meals, ready in just a few minutes. Head to greenchef.com/50tabs and use code 50tabs to get 50% off your first month. Then 20% off for 2 months. That's code 50TABS at greenchef.com/50tabs.
Quick sidebar. I opened. I started looking into Anne Heche because I was like, I remember Anne Heche.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest her spirit.
R.I.P. Anne.
So, but the thing is, she has a pretty interesting and horrifying backstory.
Anne Heche?
Yes. And the thing is like, I remember Anne Heche being like a cool actress. Like I remember she had the short pixie cut hair.
Yes.
And she was very cool. And she was like a rising star predating Ellen.
Yeah.
But then after Ellen, it was like we never heard from her again until we heard bad news.
Yeah.
But so then I was like, let me open a tab and figure out about Anne Heche. Where did she come from, right? So she was raised by fundamentalist Christians who she described as being raised in a cult. She had this incredibly abusive father who was a closeted gay man who told his family he had cancer and that he was dying of cancer, but he had actually contracted HIV and died of AIDS. And that's how Anne found out about what HIV AIDS is after her dad died of it, which is so crazy. And so then Anne was like, in her book, she talks about this. She stated that her father being closeted ultimately destroyed his happiness and our family, but it did teach her to tell the truth no matter what. And so that's why she's like a rigorously honest person.
Yeah,
and
she's very open about everything.
She was open about everything, her mental health issues, all her struggles. And that, she said, is because watching someone live a lie that destroyed everything, she could never do that.
Got it.
Also, buckle up. This is crazy. Anne Heche dated Lindsey Buckingham.
Wait, Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac?
Yes.
But real fast, Lindsey Buckingham's a man.
Yes. Oh, Anne Heche is a bisexual queen.
Yeah, which is, and here's the thing, having been 12 when this all happened, when Anne Heche was Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend on Oprah and everything else, total bi erasure.
Yeah.
No one at the time and for years, they never wanted to admit that Anne Heche was probably like as close to like 50-50 bi as you can get.
Yeah.
Where she just dated everyone. I mean, I think now we'd probably just say that she's poly.
Yeah.
But at the time, like bisexuality was like a new idea. It's like weirdly, there's an insane, I think it's Newsweek or Time magazine cover.
Yeah.
Mr. Third will put it on the screen.
If we can find it.
Oh, no, you can find it, all right? It is like a lady in a sports coat and a guy with the worst ponytail and goatee you've ever seen. Like, honestly, I think I'm dressed like that guy right now. I think I'm dressed like the bi guy from the Newsweek cover.
Yeah.
But like, they could be like, it's a new thing. It's called bisexuality.
Oh, no.
And, but yeah, with Anne Heche, there was a whole thing because they were together for a while, and spoilers for this whole episode. Eventually, they break up.
Yeah.
And then it was always treated like Anne faked it.
Yeah.
And she never did. She
No.
just was like, she liked Ellen. She was with Ellen.
Yeah.
And then she met somebody else before and after. But she dated Lindsey Buckingham, the guitarist. Stevie Nicks' ex.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
She dated... Okay, so maybe Anne Heche had bad taste in people.
So then she also dated Steve Martin.
What?
Yes.
What? What?
Which I think is so funny because
That's
remember earlier Ellen said that Steve Martin was one of her biggest inspirations.
I gotta just sit in this for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, TikTok would destroy him now.
Yeah, so
Because the age gap there is crazy.
well, you know what happened is a lot because of the rampant homophobia and bi erasure of the 90s, right? Anne Heche and Ellen had a big age gap as well, like 10 years.
Okay.
And so a lot of people would always say that Ellen turned Anne gay.
Oh, that's
because
like
she
she
was
groomed her.
older. Yeah, because she was
Okay.
10 years older than her.
Even though Steve Martin is even older than Ellen.
That doesn't
and then
matter.
they
That's
dated.
a man
Okay.
dating a young woman. That's,
Even though historically there's always been these massive ones, especially when it
when
comes to
women
actors.
do it, bad.
Leonardo DiCaprio has never been accused of being a groomer.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't. Okay, so
You know
also,
what? Check the Epstein list.
So also, here's the thing. When I was still looking up Anne Heche, because I really just started, I was like, she is so interesting.
Yeah.
Anne Heche's mother, Nancy Heche, became a Christian therapist. And since 1997, and remember 1997, since 1997, she has been focusing her therapy on overcoming homosexuality. And she goes to, she's a speaker at events sponsored by the Christian right, notably the ex-gay ministry Love One Out, which is run by Focus in the Family.
Wait, so her mom, Anne Heche's mom, is a conversion therapist.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know.
And she, okay. And Focus in the Family with Dobson.
Yeah.
Did we ever do it? Did we ever do a Dobson?
We've talked a lot about Focus in the
We've
Family.
mentioned him before.
Yeah.
I got banned from their campus.
I know you did.
Yeah.
So
I pointed out that their fees on their ATM were high enough that Jesus would have a problem with it.
the puppy episode generated enormous publicity before the show aired. Right-wing groups pressured ABC to drop the storyline. Two advertisers decided not to buy time during that episode. That was Chrysler and JCPenney. She used to work for you.
No.
How dare you, JCPenney?
How dare you? Well, let's go check in on JCPenney today. Well,
Another sponsor who decided not to advertise on Ellen ever again was Wendy's.
really, Wendy's.
When they talk a lot of shit on the internet.
Wendy's having some Chick-fil-A energy.
Exactly.
That's crazy. You're in
Wow.
everyone's replies, Wendy's.
You're gonna come up here with your square burger and talk shit to
by
me?
By the way, Wendy's, real fast. I just want to make a note. We noticed you don't reply as much ever since the owners of your company gave all that money to Trump. You stopped replying so much, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Kept getting ratioed.
Yeah, I kept getting a ratio because you'd be like, oh, yeah, epic fail. And people are like, oh, here's the FEC filings against Wendy's. It's fucking wild. LoveandopenSecrets.org.
So, and then of course there's all these losses because of the potential these advertisers leaving. Other advertisers came forward that wanted to be a part of the episode, but ABC turned them away, including the Human Rights Campaign, who wanted to run an ad during this episode, and a lesbian vacation company called Olivia Cruises, which I looked up and still exists. And honestly, they look very fun.
They look fun.
They look very fun.
Olivia Cruises?
Olivia, like Olivia Benson.
Like Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Benson.
Okay, but Olivia Rodrigo is doing an all-women tour now.
Well, yes, I would go to that.
It's called the Daisy Chain
Festival.
Festival.
But I think that I've already brought up Mariska Hargitay once,
Yes,
so
you
I get
have.
to say Olivia Benson.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
But Olivia Cruises.
Olivia Cruises.
Olivia Cruises.
They said, no, we don't want to run your ad.
Yeah.
Too much.
They're like a little too on the nose. Like she's saying she's gay, all right?
Yeah.
Did Subaru sponsor?
No.
Did you actually look?
No, I didn't
You have no
look.
idea?
I don't know.
I feel like that would be another one.
It's probably in the Time magazine.
It probably is.
Yeah, I bet if you looked at Time magazine, there's a Subaru ad.
Was there a carabiner company?
So Jerry Falwell goes on a crusade against Ellen Degeneres and starts calling her Ellen Degenerate.
Oh, fuck you, Jerry.
Which I know because my grandfather used to call her Ellen Degenerate all the time.
Really?
Yeah, like whenever I would have Ellen on TV, he'd be like, "Oh, are you watching Ellen Degenerate again?" And I was like, "Why don't you like her?" And like I never understood because I was watching the daytime show at that point.
To be fair, I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Your grandfather fell for that type of thing all the time.
Oh,
That's
for
why
sure.
I voted for Trump.
So
Because but he was just one of those type of people where it's like once you gave him a nickname, he was like, that's their whole
I
personality.
could hate somebody? I could hate someone? I'm in.
Oh, okay. All right.
So GLAAD organized come out with Ellen house parties all across the United States.
Yes.
And the HRC, the Human Rights Campaign, created an Ellen coming out house party kit that included invitations, posters, and an Ellen trivia game. And they had initially planned to send out about 300 kits. However, they received so many requests, they ended up sending out 3,000. So that
Really?
means that on the night this episode aired, 3,000 lesbian house parties were going on.
Well, it wasn't just lesbians, too.
It was everybody.
This was everybody.
I'm
And-
giving the lesbians the house parties, though.
Okay. No, I understand. I know.
With a good charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
And amazing.
Everybody's home
Carpentry.
as soon as the show's over, though. We're going to bed.
We're immediately.
Please leave by 9.
Yes. But also, I want to. The reason why this moment was so big is there had been characters on shows that were like walk-on characters. Oh, like the substitute teacher that was, the recurring character,
Yeah.
but never a main.
Yeah.
Never a main
But
character.
they were always a joke.
And but them coming out was always a joke, and it was usually at the expense of somebody like Archie Bunker finding out somebody's gay.
Yeah.
Or there were characters on like Night Court where they're like, oh, and then at the end, another character, these two characters, you see them leaving hand in hand together. They were always a butt of the joke.
Yeah.
But it was never the title character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Ellen is the same as like Drew Carey or others. Like they had these massive names. And again, family friendly. This was a TV PG or G show.
Yeah.
Everybody watched it. It was on ABC. It was during like the family hour type of stuff.
Yep.
And this is like having the entire nation watch somebody come out. Because a lot of people had never experienced that.
Yeah.
When people did come out for the first time, it was quietly to people that they felt comfortable with, often not even their own families, especially in the late 80s and the 90s with stigma around HIV/AIDS and just like the way the culture wars were going. This is just this is 96.
Yeah.
Stonewall was 69. So we're like 27 years from Stonewall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's like wild. Like, this is, to put it in perspective, we're about, as you're watching this episode right now, if you're watching this in 2026, we're almost the same amount of distance away from 9/11 as Ellen coming out was from the Stonewall riots. Like, think about that, of like what that jump is. And like, that is like, that's wild for a lot of people. And so for some people like us who are younger, we're like, yeah, you come out, you're gay, it's fine.
Yeah.
But for older people, like, are you doing that on TV at 8 o'clock?
Right after dinner?
At 8 o'clock?
With my brandy?
But I was watching Jeopardy.
So the ABC affiliate.
What is gay? That's the answer.
The ABC affiliate in Birmingham, Alabama, citing family values, sought ABC's permission to move the episode out of primetime to late night, and then ABC declined the request, and then the affiliate refused to air the episode at all.
What'd I tell you?
However,
What'd I tell you?
local LGBTQ plus organization Pride Birmingham arranged for a satellite feed for the episode and rented a local theater for a viewing party, and 1,000 people attended to come sit in a theater and watch this episode.
Imagine being out to go watch Ellen at a theater in Birmingham, Alabama. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Also, I think it might have been Birmingham. I think they were the same ones who refused to air the Star Trek episode where Kirk and Uhura kiss, which was the first interracial kiss. During like segregation, like all the way back in the 60s. Like this is like these same affiliates have done the same fuck shit.
It's probably the same old guy.
It might have been the same old guy.
And then his son.
Yeah.
So April 30th.
We gotta sell fertilizer. You can't be having gay next to my fertilizer ad. How's Tim McVeigh gonna know where to buy fertilizer for Oklahoma City?
The Tractor Supply. I figured it out.
Okay.
April 30th, 1997. The puppy episode goes live. It is the highest rated episode of Ellen ever, drawing 42 million viewers.
Wow, 42 million.
Is incredible numbers.
We don't even get those. I think the only thing that gets numbers like that now are like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think the NBA Finals, the final of the NBA Finals, I think only had like 26 million.
You mean when the Knicks won?
When the Knicks won.
The People's Princesses?
The People's Princesses. And before Mom Dottie just kept winning and winning.
Just he never stopped winning.
We love a kid mayor. But I wanted to know, but 42 million is crazy. Can I tell you when the UFC did the White House?
Oh, yeah, the White House at the UFC fight.
17 million.
Oh, wow.
They're not even a quarter of an Ellen.
They're not even close to Ellen.
They're not even close to Ellen numbers.
Dang.
And Joe Rogan had to lie. He said it was like 150 million. And they were like, you're only off by like...
A bunch.
Quite
Math
a
is
bit.
hard when your brain's full of steroids.
There's only... Paramount Plus has, I think it's 80 million subscribers worldwide.
Oh, so half. It would have been half of all of Paramount would have been watching this.
Yeah, but but this is on ABC.
Yeah.
Which Disney Plus has even bigger numbers.
So the puppy episode, which I don't want to like completely get into, but if you have the time, go watch it. It's a great 2-part episode. Basically, Ellen's character, Ellen Morgan, is like working with this guy who's like flirting with her, and she's like kind of brushing off his romantic interest in her, but then this woman comes in and like they're business associates, and this woman, they immediately have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
But Ellen is like, I don't know what to do with that feeling. So she like goes to find the guy, and she's like, I'm going to sleep with him to prove I'm not gay. And then like that goes poorly.
Really?
And then she runs and finds the woman, and is like, I think I do have feelings. I don't know what this is, like, because she doesn't know what she's feeling.
Yeah.
And the whole time she's going to her therapist to talk about what's going on and like these feelings she's having, and her therapist is walking her through like, what do you think this means? And blah, blah, blah. Do you need to explore this? And her therapist is Oprah Winfrey in the show.
Come on.
Also, the woman that can get Ellen Degeneres to come out of the closet and just deeply understand that, yes, I am gay and I need to tell the entire universe, Laura fucking Dern.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course it's
Ellen
Laura
has
Dern.
always had this power, though.
Yeah.
Ellen's always had the power to get rich, famous people to hang out with her on camera.
Yeah, that's like her thing.
That's like one of her big things. But also, the coming out as a lesbian episode featuring Oprah as your therapist, being like, maybe you should be true to yourself.
Oprah.
Gail.
Come on.
Oprah.
So the puppy episode.
Stedman.
The puppy episode won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series.
Okay.
And a second Outstanding Multi-Camera Picture Editing Award.
Okay, good for you, lesbians. Lesbians know how to edit.
The episode also won a Peabody Award.
Okay.
And Ellen won a GLAAD Media Award.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Shoe in that year.
Oh my God! Yeah, Messi won the football player trophy. You're gonna win the gay award, the GLAAD Gay Award.
Yeah.
For media.
Okay.
She was like that year. She was gay media.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, there's literally there's an organization called like After Ellen.
Yeah.
There's like all these things that like this moment of her doing that was so pivotal.
Yeah.
For so many people and for just like,
yeah, quote, the most hyped, anticipated, and possibly influential gay moment on television. GLAAD credits Ellen with paving the way for such LGBTQ plus themed programming as Will and Grace, The L Word, and Ugly Betty. It's even been suggested that these series having these LGBTQ plus characters has helped reduce social prejudice against people. And it must be noted, I wrote this. I just wrote another note that the woman, it's Laura Dern. I just kept writing, it's fucking Laura Dern. God, she's beautiful. And then I was thinking about how like Laura Dern's famously in Jurassic Park, right?
Yes.
And then she has that dinosaur ride at Epcot. There's something there. I don't know how to.
There's something there.
There's something there.
There's something
There's
there.
something about dinosaurs and Laura Dern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got it. Got it.
So if Ellen's story was a Disney movie, it would end right here. Ellen's being accepted. We all love her and cherish her, but that's not what happened.
No.
So let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to get on the other side of this.
This episode of Too Many Tabs is sponsored by Delete Me. You know you should be careful with your information online. Delete Me is here to help you do something about it. Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service that removes your personal information being sold online. Delete Me's privacy experts are constantly scanning data brokers so they can remove your info when it shows up for sale. Once you start, Delete Me sends you a detailed report in just 7 days, telling you what they found and deleted. And we have been using Delete Me for well over a year now, having access to their privacy dashboard and seeing literally the hundreds of lines of information about us. We're talking about names, phone numbers, addresses, prior businesses, just so many things that I didn't even remember I did that they had access to. And it was very scary information that's out there. Delete Me has removed it all. Delete Me is based in the United States and doesn't outsource to third parties. If you're outside the United States, check out their international plans. See for yourself why Delete Me has been the leading expert in personal identifiable information removal for over 15 years. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/Pearlmania20 and use code Pearlmania20 at checkout. Again, that's joindeleteme.com/Pearlmania20, code Pearlmania20 at checkout. You know, it's just, I think this is the one thing that always bothers me with like biographical stories, right?
Yeah.
When you look at all these different movies, you're 100% right before we took the break.
Yeah.
You have these big things. They always push to this pivotal moment because that's how they want to tell the story. But then the rest of life happens.
Yeah.
Ellen comes out. It's a huge splash.
Yeah.
Everybody, it literally, I know so many people, and there were so many stories of people that watching Ellen come out, go on Oprah, watching that episode with friends and family, gave them the courage
Yeah.
and the ability, and also just the tools.
Yeah.
Because they saw her do it. And some people, it's just hearing somebody else say it, then they could say it too.
Yeah.
And in that moment. And so if you made a movie about it, this is right where it ends.
It ends here.
It ends
Everything
here.
is happy.
But we still have another half a show to do.
Well, following the puppy episode, Ellen was renewed for another season. However, ABC started running a parental advisory warning at the beginning of every episode.
Okay.
Ellen really criticized ABC for including a warning on her show because it was like offensive. And then she was mad because she's like, you're acting like this isn't going to affect ratings. She also called out the hypocrisy because ABC didn't run a disclaimer before the Drew Carey Show or Spin City, both of which included two men kissing. There was no disclaimer on those shows at all because it was two heterosexual men and they were making fun of homosexuality.
Yeah. And this is also one of those things too where you can tell this is a weird combo for the local affiliates, because this is an affiliate thing, mind you. Actually, right now in Philadelphia, we're having an issue with an ABC affiliate with the FCC.
Yep.
The FCC is actually targeting the ABC Philly, which is 6 ABC, because it's directly owned by Disney. It's one of, I think, 8 or 12 networks. Most of them are actually owned by some fucking guy.
Yeah.
So when you go and you watch TV, if you go and you watch your local channel, like if you're in Birmingham, Alabama, and you turn on ABC, it's owned by some fucking guy, and then he is basically franchising it. he's putting the ABC logo and he's running ABC programming over that. And then ABC will go back and forth and be like, listen, during this block from 8 to 11, you have to run these shows in this order or else you can't call this network ABC.
Or it's not a Dunkin' Donuts at all.
Exactly. 100%. This is that same type of idea.
You sell the bucket of coffee or it's not a Dunkin'.
Yeah, and so basically what I can tell you what would have happened, which is ABC was able to get all these affiliates for the most part to run the coming out episode.
Yeah.
But then as the show continued, the affiliates were like, we're having other issues. Local bigots who own feed stores.
Yeah.
Local guys who are running, asphalt companies, plumbers, these different groups are having issues and they're saying they're going to pull money from us.
Yeah.
On our other programs on the network. And they're trying to use the power of their purse and their dollar now to try to influence the programming of ABC.
Yeah.
If we hurt the local affiliate, that'll hurt ABC in this market in Salt Lake City or whatever. And that's where they're seeing this. So this little tack on the beginning, this warning label bullshit is ABC. I'm not saying it's right, but this is ABC trying to cut the baby in half and trying to figure that out because they're trying to keep advertisers happy, local affiliates happy, Ellen happy.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening in there in this moment. So again, you have this moment of great social change, but then how do we...
Well, the pendulum always swings back.
It always swings back.
So she quit in this 5th season. The season storyline deals with Ellen coming out to her parents, her boss, quits her job, goes in search of a romantic partner, learns more about the LGBTQ plus community. The series received a lot of criticism for the increase of gay content. And people were like, this show's actually too gay now. And then it got canceled after that season. Yeah,
that's literally, but I mean, yeah. I mean, this is just, again, this is part of it. You want the character to live its truth. You want Ellen to deliver truth.
Yeah.
They do that, and then people then criticize them. This literally started because the producers were like, it's weird you don't have a romantic interest. And then she's like, all right,
let's do it.
You want to do romantic interest? Here's my fucking romantic interest. They're like, And
they were like, we get it. It is Laura Dern.
Damn. Here's what's crazy. They never ran a U-Haul advertisement during one of it.
Okay. Ellen's career is basically over at this point. So once Ellen gets canceled, she's a pariah. People don't want to hire her.
By the way, when you say canceled, you don't mean on Twitter.
No,
you mean
no.
literally the Ellen show gets canceled.
The Ellen show gets canceled, and then Ellen cannot find work for a while because she is basically a pariah, and people in the TV and the movie industry don't want to touch her because of the gay stigma.
Yes, and also this is around the time Disney was being targeted heavily because Disney Gay Days were happening, which I think they still happen at the park, which were not official for a very long time. Look to today, Ron DeSantis attacking Disney a few years ago.
Why that? Okay, I know I've said this before on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's crazy to have a governor attack a theme park. If our governor of Pennsylvania attacked Hershey Park and was like, oh, those two Hershey kisses, they're standing next to each other. We don't know what their genders are.
Which one of them kisses is a boy?
2 Reese's in a cup.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know about that. We'd be like, this is a madman. Why is he in charge of our budget?
Yeah.
Your job is paperwork and budget. Why are you talking to theme parks?
Because they wanted to run for president.
I know.
Ron DeSantis put his lifts in his shoes, and then he tried to run in lifts for president. It didn't work because he needs to learn how to run in lifts from a drag queen, baby.
Yeah.
And his wife put those stupid gloves on.
Oh, my God.
They were so crazy. She wanted to be Jackie O so badly, but you live in Florida, girl.
And you don't have charisma, uniqueness, nerve, or talent.
But she is one. What I would say is a lot of this culturally, there's the whole thing too. It's been the same thing with Ben Shapiro and those guys, how they've always gone after Disney. There was an acknowledgement in the 90s, especially in early 2000s, because of Ellen, because of Star Trek, because of others, especially when it came to integration, about how much power television and media has had to normalize our relationships with each other across America.
Yeah.
Right? There was a lot of insular communities that did not have aspects into urban life, that did not have aspects into gay communities, did not have aspects into like the Cosby Show coming into their household and be like, oh, like black people are normal. Like there's like things like that.
Yeah.
The conservatives learned from that. And what they learned is we need to kill this in its infancy. If there's another show that comes out, if there's anything that happens, that's why you see constantly conservatives complain about black stormtroopers, about now Netflix casting. You can go on any YouTube right now, go scroll, look up any show. And what are they doing now? They are celebrating that there are all white casts on Netflix shows now. Jack Posobiec, Ben Shapiro, and others, they spend all of this time now being like, we got rid of all the inclusive shit. Again, DEI, their attacks on this has always been if their belief is if they can remove people from being seen at all, perceived at all, then they're an other, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want to them in your laws, in your society, and in the dark corners. And that's what they want to do. Yeah. And that's how this is, and they, again, you know how I like to put it, by they, I mean conservatives, and I mean the billionaires that actually fund these conservatives. And I mean that then all of this is then used as a social cudgel so they can keep stealing our housing, raising our rents, poisoning our rivers, and doing all of these other things.
Never raising the minimum wage.
And never raising the minimum wage. This is all inside of that soup.
So let's talk about Ellen.
Because Ellen lost her job.
Ellen lost her job and basically is a pariah. And the other thing is...
Which is crazy because she had the biggest episode. 42 million people watched this shit.
Yeah, everybody loved Ellen.
Everybody.
So Anne Heche also really suffered in her career as well because Anne Heche had this movie coming out called Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, I watched that on a plane.
You saw Volcano?
Oh, yeah. No, because it came out. So this is one of the most famous. Volcano and Dante's Peak came out at the same time.
I've never seen either of those.
You've never seen Dante's Peak?
No.
Dante's Peak was the better one. Dante's Peak is about, I want to say it's a volcano in like Colorado.
Okay.
Like bursting.
Sure.
And it has like Pierce Brosnan. And that the whole thing is like they're getting this family off the side of the mountain. Volcano is like a random volcano. It's a disaster movie. A random volcano just like springs up in LA.
Perfect.
And like Anne Heche and Tommy Lee Jones are like action geologists.
Action geologists?
It's all about action geology.
I might have to watch this.
But
when
again,
we get
it
home.
was also early CG, so they were able to like make the volcanoes like look kind of real. Dante's Peak is the better one though because a grandma boils alive while pushing a rowboat across a lake.
Okay.
It's honestly,
so
I remember that scene vividly. It's wild.
That grandma is all of us frogs in a pot right now.
No, because it's all the grandma's fucking fault. They literally go on the mountain to save the grandma. Then the grandma sacrifices herself to save her grandkids and Pierce Brosnan on the rowboat that's stuck in the middle of the boiling lake. And I'm like, you put them in this situation. This is like Tucker Carlson being like, I'm no longer MAGA. Bitch, you got everything you wanted. You told us this is what you wanted to do.
So Ellen and Anne Heche are going to the Volcano premiere because she's in the movie.
Yes.
And when they get to the premiere, they walk the red carpet and everybody freaks out. The production company, the movie studio people, blah, blah. When they enter the movie theater, because again, they're going into the movie theater, they are asked to leave by security, escorted out. And when they get outside, they're told that they are not permitted to go to the after party because the studio does not want pictures of them together to be associated with the movie.
And remember, Ellen was accused of queer baiting.
Yeah.
She was accused of pretending to be gay, and they're just banning her for everything.
Yeah.
Because she actually is gay.
Also, it's a crazy thought to be like, oh, you're going to tarnish the good name of the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. A thing I did not know existed.
Okay, well, to be fair, he was Two-Face. He was amazing as Two-Face, and he was Al Gore's roommate.
Is that real?
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones was Al Gore's roommate in college.
I always think of him as the guy from Men in Black.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Men in Black. How did I forget?
How do you forget about Men in Black?
Oh, I know how you forget.
Oh, because of the thing. Got it. Anne Heche was.
What a stupid joke.
Yeah.
I love this studio, actually.
So.
Oh, man.
That plant.
We can't afford this every week.
So.
We could, though. If you join us at Pearlmania500.net.
Please join. Then we could rent the studio all the time.
All the time.
So.
This is the first time we've commuted in a very long time. And I had a nice time in the car with you.
Yeah, a nice time. I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did. You got very mad at me. And then you go, I'm going to close my eyes. Don't talk.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, can I change that? No.
No, don't touch anything.
We literally listened to Fleetwood Mac on the way here.
Yeah, exactly.
I had Dreams playing, and you close your
Then I
eyes,
said, I'm
and
gonna
then
be
a Lindsey
quiet.
Buckingham song came on, and you opened your eyes, you went, this motherfucker dated Anne Heche.
I didn't say that because I didn't want to spoil it.
I know.
So Anne Heche was not able to film a studio movie for 10 years after this relationship went public because she was so hardcore blacklisted.
Yep.
Anne Heche and Ellen did break up in 2000, and it is noted that Anne had a mental health crisis after this breakup. It was all over the media and like the paparazzi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres meets a woman named Portia de Rossi at Rock the Vote in 2001. It was a Rock the Vote concert in 2001. They met backstage.
Okay.
And although Portia says it was love at first sight, she was closeted at the time and feared that dating Ellen would ruin her career. Valid.
Which is very valid.
Valid.
At the time.
Looking at what Anne Heche went through.
And look at what Ellen was going
Yeah,
through. Because
valid.
Ellen's blacklisted, Anne Heche is blacklisted, like just the existence. At that point in time, mind you, because I don't even think Rosie was out then either, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
2001, no.
Yeah, Ellen was like basically the only the only A-list open lesbian.
Yeah.
Like the only one.
She was it.
She was it.
Also, I found out when I was Googling Portia de Rossi, her real name is Amanda Rogers.
Shut up.
That's some bold, to go from Amanda Rogers and then be like, I'm going to change my name to Portia de Rossi? Okay.
Shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
queen.
All right.
Also, I also found out she's also an Aquarius, and I was like, okay, you're not supposed to have two of them together. We're nuts. Do they even have emotions together? I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so real fast, I will say this is also one of the reasons why I hate that Nepo babies have taken over so much of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because you used to get that. You used to get people who got to choose their own crazy name.
Yeah.
And now, because all of them are like already named Moon Unit and Apple, you know?
Apple's notoriously a bitch.
Who's Apple?
That's Gwyneth Paltrow's kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the apple didn't fall far from the bitch tree. Fuck you, Gwen. Gwen, we saw you doing Israeli apartments. How are you going to be a Zionist for apartments? That's crazy.
That's crazy,
That shit
dude.
was crazy.
That's crazy,
That
dude.
was wild.
Bro, what a choice.
Man. That's
I
fucking...
know her podcast is doing real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you have a theory about it.
I do, because she just had one of those Palantir guys on.
Yeah.
As like she was like interviewing a Palantir guy.
Yeah, and they had to pretend. They had to pretend that he wasn't evil.
to talk about how like she's not political, and she's just like she's a centrist, she's not political, blah blah.
Yeah.
And like so that clip went viral, and then nobody else looked at the rest of the episode, which is like her talk. I think it was Palantir, like talking to this Palantir guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck is Goop? Because her whole thing is Goop, which is wellness, it's lotions, it's putting things in your vagina to make them better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like her thing is in politics, so why is she in politics? And then I decided that my tinfoil hat theory is that her podcast is failing right now. I think it's not doing well because, okay, so this is actually a different tinfoil hat. I think, let me look into the camera. I think that because of the rise of GLP-1s, right? People are getting GLP-1s from their doctors.
Wegovy.
They're getting the Zepbounds. They're getting them from their doctor or medical professionals, and they're being able to lose weight. And the whole thing is that the wellness industry, which is $1 billion plus industry, has been selling them green powders and ointments and fasts and pills for years, saying this is the thing to make you healthy and this is to be healthy. But it was all just hiding the fact that they wanted to lose weight, that they wanted to get skinny. Gwyneth Paltrow has been selling skinny hidden as wellness for years, right? And so have all these influencers online, all these fitness influencers, these gym people, all the gym bros and gym girls, they're all floundering right now because nobody's looking at their content because they don't need wellness communities anymore, because they're like, oh, well, if you take my class or you buy my thing on my PDF class online, I'll help you lose weight. And they're like, I just go to my doctor. I don't need your green powder or your pills anymore. And so I think because of the rise of GLP-1s, the wellness industry is suffering, and that's why Gwyneth Paltrow, it doesn't have the pull she used to.
So she's pivoting.
So now she's pivoting to like political stuff, and I bet you the Palantir people, maybe allegedly, I don't know, paid to be on her podcast so she could make some money. And then she does an Israeli commercial. Also, I think this is another tinfoil hat.
Go ahead. I love this. I love this. Oh my God. Oh, we got to figure out how to rent this place all the time.
The next thing I think, and then you are not allowed, he is not allowed to engage in this one, is that I've noticed that on media, on social media, movies, and TV, a lot of people are smoking cigarettes again. And I've noticed that a lot of people are smoking cigarettes again, and that it's becoming cool. Not cool enough for you to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes.
When I smoked
But
cigarettes.
I think
I was so cool.
you are not cool when you smoke cigarettes. Okay, so here's the thing. I think people are smoking cigarettes again because, number one, the world is super stressful. And everybody's a nihilist at this point. We're all just like, fuck the world. Who cares? Have a cigarette. Not you, though, because you have a toddler and you have to live a long life for him. And so I think that with the rise of GLP-1s, people are like, I don't need wellness industry. I don't have to care about health in the same way. I don't have to do the Pilates and drink the green juices and I don't have to care about the auras or the sound baths. Like there was all this wellness for years about if you had to take care of yourself in this very wellness oriented thing. And I think we're at a place politically where everybody's just like, fuck this shit. I'm getting the shot. I'm having a cigarette. Fuck it. And because of that, the wellness industry and Gwyneth Paltrow herself is struggling. That's the Benny tinfoil hats I've been wearing and I didn't know how to put into words.
This is... Damn it.
This is an Ellen episode.
There's something about the walls of this office park that are bringing out such good things right now, babe. I don't know, man.
Powerful.
These are some powerful thoughts.
It's the lighting.
It is the lighting.
I love a frosty lighting.
It's a frosty lighting. We also have, it's the hum. We haven't been under the hum of fluorescent lights.
Yeah, not a long time.
Above our heads in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's bringing something out of us. It is. It's doing something here, and I don't know what it is.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments, and if you want to see Mrs. P under lighting like this, we need get me on camera real fast. Reach out. Reach out right now. Take your little fingers, pick up your phone, go to Pearlmania500.net, and join us at the $10 Upline Ambassador level. And we can get more hot takes from Mrs. P. We can get more good feelings. We can get softer lighting. We can get a 3-camera setup. We can have comfy chairs with slightly sweaty backs. We don't need to be behind and have ourselves appealing 1970s game show wallpaper with bubbles in the walls. We don't need to be concerned. Is it asbestos? No, it is not. But that is not the reason we are not at home. You could be there. Reach out and touch me right now. You hand that $10 to us, $10 a month. You know what we'll give right back to you? Good content. That's my pitch. You've been sitting there. We're already an hour into the show. You know what this is. This isn't the first time you've ever tuned in. I know our numbers. All right? And then many of you are already here like, I'm literally listening to you on the Patreon.
And
Thank
we love you. And we appreciate you.
We love you and we respect you. And we'll respond to your comments on the after party later.
So Ellen returns to network TV on CBS.
Not on ABC.
On CBS.
On CBS.
In 2001.
Okay.
She had a short-lived show called The Ellen Show. Ellen, look at me. Ellen, I need you to stop naming things after yourself. This is crazy. Do you not know how to act under a different name?
No, that's the Cosby thing.
It's the Bill Cosby thing.
Bill Cosby was always Bill. You know.
Yeah, because he can't have someone look at him and go, Kevin. He can't.
Well, okay. So originally the show was called Pearlmania 500. So
Okay.
we can't talk too much shit.
I can talk shit. Because on this show, the second Ellen show, her character's name was Ellen Richmond. On the first one, it was Ellen Morgan. And guess what? Spoiler alert, she's going to get a third show. Guess what it's called? Ellen!
It was the Ellen Degeneres show.
Yeah, she added her last name finally.
Because she just played herself then.
Anyway, this is why she has such strong branding. This is why we think of her in that single name thing.
It's also, but I will say as a stand-up, you don't want another name out there.
Yeah.
Oh, Seinfeld's another one. Seinfeld literally called his show Seinfeld, where he played a stand-up comedian. Because all of us have the stand-up comedians, we always have the same thought, which is when this fails, I will go back to stand-up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look...
Not him. He said, I'm going to get in my old car and go drive to the high school to pick up a girl.
Whoa! Comedians and coffee on the Epstein list. Not, I don't think Seinfeld directly is on the Epstein
I don't
list.
know.
I don't know. I don't think he was
Allegedly.
in the files. But I don't. This is an opinion show of comedy history from two idiots with associate's degrees who don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we should put like a South Park style warning label at the front of the show.
So, okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
There's this lost fish. And this gal is about to make not that much money to help find him. In 2002, Ellen Degeneres does a voiceover for Dory in this movie called Finding Nemo. She does it for a flat fee of $75,000.
Okay.
But the movie took 3 years to produce. So that money actually equated to about $25,000 a year.
And that's basically the only thing she's...
That's basically the only thing she's really doing. She's doing some small parts. She has like walk-on roles, like you were saying, like she did like a walk-on role in Will and Grace where she played like a nun. Like she has all these like small things.
I mean, she's probably doing some stand-up and like public appearances.
The numbers she was doing. So like 75,000 seemed like a good bit of money. I'm telling you what.
Yeah. And this is after the CBS show's canceled.
Yeah, CBS show gets canceled after one season. It doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't pick that up. But here's the thing: that the money wasn't the thing for Finding Nemo because it made a huge splash, and actually,
nice pun.
Thank you. I'm going to do another one. It washed away all of the bad press and successfully, completely revitalized her career. Finding Nemo sold over 40 million copies. It holds the record for the best-selling DVD title of all time. It sold those 40 million copies in 2 weeks. Finding Nemo made $941.6 million worldwide. This changed Ellen's career trajectory completely and immediately. And when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about it.
We just finished a sold-out show here in New York City, and the energy was amazing, Phil.
It was great. You had a chant going. It got weird. It got fun. It got crazy. But we have more coming because we're going to be doing live shows in Seattle, Portland, Boston, Philly, San Francisco, Phoenix, Denver, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Paul, DC, and Pittsburgh.
CrashingOutTour.com. Get your tickets now or check the link in both of our bios. You know, I said a lot of nice things about the studio, but then you hit me with like back-to-back water puns about Finding Nemo.
Yeah. I wrote those out in our house yesterday.
Okay, so the mold might have done something. That might have been mold.
We don't know if we have mold.
We don't know. There's a lot we don't know. When you have a house as old as ours.
You learn new things every day.
You learn every day.
The Ellen Degeneres show, so we're using her real last name now. The Ellen Degeneres show premieres in September of 2003. Her first guest ever was Jennifer Aniston.
From the morning show.
From Friends, you fool.
No, from the morning show on Apple TV.
I know, but it's 2003. This is an incredible pull. You need to understand. This is a new premiere daytime talk show.
Okay.
She's up against Sharon Osbourne, and she pulls.
It's like The View, Oprah. I think Oprah was still rolling then, right?
Listen, I think so.
But there was a lot.
But to pull Jennifer Aniston day one is crazy.
Yeah.
And this really spoke to her pull in Hollywood because people liked her. She was likable. The Ellen DeGeneres show was a huge success. It won a total of 63 daytime Emmy Awards.
63?
Oprah only has 18.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
That's crazy. 6'3".
6'3".
To 1'8".
1'8".
Well, that's racism.
So DeGeneres was known for...
I get it. Here's what I'd say. I understand because Ellen was part of the machine.
Yeah, she was part of the Disney machine.
But not only just the Disney machine, it was just like part of the machine. Everybody did Ellen.
Let me tell you, we're going to get into that.
Okay,
got it. Put a pin on that. So she's known for dancing it with the audience at the beginning of the show and during commercial breaks doing this little thing. She often gave away free prizes and trips, provided by the sponsors. Ellen later stated that she stopped dancing as it became an expectation and too much of a burden. And honestly, I felt that. As someone with a toddler who tells me to go dance.
Oh yeah.
He points at me, go dance.
We have a dance mat.
Yeah, he's decided that's the dance floor.
Yeah, we have one of those big mats.
He'll go and unfold it in the middle of the floor and just look at me and go, "Mommy, dance." And then I have to go stand there and dance.
To many songs.
Yeah.
A big one though is
Gummy Bear.
Gummy Bear. The theme song to TT Po.
Okay, great. I'm
which
good at that
is
one.
South Korean train propaganda.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's a good one. The Combine Harvester song
Love
from
that.
Tractor Ted.
Sometimes I'm a combine harvester.
Yeah, no. And we all dance.
We dance.
Yeah, we literally go, yeah, okay, we're dancing.
We're
And then he's like,
Yeah. And so I understand the burden of being expected to dance on command.
Yeah.
However, she said that she stopped dancing because of the burden. But then in November of 2004, she did appear dancing for an American Express campaign. So she could be paid to dance.
Yeah.
You could pay her to dance.
There's a lot of things Ellen did wrong. Getting paid is definitely not one of them.
Ellen knows how to make money.
Ellen, being here with an Aquarius over here, getting paid to dance. That's the thing is like, I will say, I'll always lean back on this a little bit is like the jobs I've worked over time, like working at a TGI Fridays or something like that. You're like, this is evil somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow this is evil. I'm not writing off everything. I don't think she should have done Ellen's Energy Express or whatever it was. That was a little.
Let me tell you about something evil she did.
Okay.
So apparently, this is alleged. This is according to Anne Heche.
Okay.
Allegedly, Ellen banned Anne Heche from being a guest on her show, on the Ellen Degeneres show.
Okay.
Which basically further blacklisted her from films because, in Anne Heche's words, quote, if you're on a show or if you're in a film, you've got to go through the Ellen show to promote it. And guess what? Ellen blocked you from the show, and everybody knows that. Oh, wait, is that Ellen's cock block? That we have to take into consideration. Let's just hire Mira Sorvino, end quote. Which is a crazy quote because Mira Sorvino famously was blacklisted by Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
So, like, for her to pick Mira Sorvino out of the bucket,
I'm just like,
I was like, as I read it, I was like, Mira Sorvino.
but maybe she's doing a weird fucked up thing where she's comparing Ellen to Harvey Weinstein.
Oh,
maybe this is some shade.
Insider knowledge.
Yeah, but this is what I was alluding to earlier though.
Yeah.
Ellen, like when you were doing the round. Now, if you're promoting a movie, right? You're promoting He-Man.
Yeah.
You got to go eat spicy chicken.
You gotta eat spicy chicken.
You gotta
wings.
go to Chicken Shop and you gotta go to Hot Ones.
Yep.
Now, like there was like Conan was talking about it recently, like Conan O'Brien, because he's in Toy Story 5, and he was like, yeah, now they're like, okay, you have to come in this thing, and they're gonna drop you out of a plane, and you have to answer 5 questions. And we think that sells tickets.
Yeah.
Before though, this is that early 2000s.
You had to do like a Vogue or like one of the Vogues.
Yeah. Oh, now you're talking about now? You have to do.
Yeah, you have to like go into a Vogue thing and like do like. Is
well, the
this
big one is
expensive or not?
Brittany Broski.
Oh,
Royal
yeah,
Court.
Brittany.
Royal Court's become like a huge thing
yeah.
for promotion. There's a lot of these YouTube shows.
I love that for her.
I love that for her too.
Yeah.
And maybe that could be us if we could afford this studio and a third chair. I don't know. I'm really happy. I don't know, guys. This might be our most likable. Look at me. I'm sitting with my legs crossed. I don't get to do this at the table.
I know.
At the table, I sit like this.
Grump. Grump. But now
I'm so excited.
light and a hot.
And we're so close to King of Prussia Mall. We can go to a food court afterwards.
We're not going to a food
We
court.
could.
But we're not.
But we could.
We're going to find a cookie.
But listen, I want to, real fast, back to the promotion side of things.
Yeah.
I actually, number one, I don't doubt that Ellen blacklisted her from the Ellen show.
For sure.
Because it's her ex.
Yeah, and I think they had a really bad breakup.
They had a bad breakup, and it was from the darkest time of her life.
Yeah.
Of Ellen's life. And I understand there is definitely a world where Ellen could have made things right. But
Yes.
we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't know what their actual relationship was and all of that. It is also crazy when your ex becomes something huge.
Yeah.
When you're, whether it be an ex-friend, ex-lover, whatever, and then there's this moment where you're like, well, I don't want to get near that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going in that direction. Like, if you and I ever broke up.
Oh, okay.
And you became a daytime YouTube talk show host.
Absolutely, I would.
And I was trying to promote my male skincare, Dude Goop.
Dude Goop.
I'm trying to promote Dude Goop.
Yeah.
Alongside the movie I'm starring in with Theo Von and
You're making a big pivot after this divorce, huh?
Oh, I'm going right wing immediately.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, real quick.
Big
It is
pivot.
everybody
It's a women's
knows.
profile. It's a
No, I'm
women's.
going to tell you right now.
Divorced dad, woman,
I'm
hater.
just saying. Blah, 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 blah.
Dude Goop.
Dude Goop. Rub it on your head. Don't go to Turkey. Yeah. Yeah, I have to go so right wing. I have to go so right wing and xenophobic to make sure that men don't travel to Turkey to
Yeah.
get hairline fixes. So that
Perfect.
way I can sell them hair goop.
Listen.
This is how I'd go. And you would be calling me out on the other side because even though at this point in our divorce, there's NDAs and there's no contact agreements, you would cast just enough of the right type of paralegal associate's degree shade at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
so what I'm describing here is toxic.
also I am, because we are married and this would be a divorce, I'd probably be getting money from this situation.
Yes, you definitely would.
So I would be selling dude goop as well.
Somehow, what would be wild about it is that I would be paying you alimony, but you have always been the secret behind me making money.
Yeah.
So you would somehow be getting 50% of what was now my 10% because the audience is following you.
Yeah.
Because you are the likable one.
Yes.
And as people have said, I'm just the guy who interrupts you during the nice story you're telling. That is an actual comment from about 4 episodes ago. Some guy went, can we get a cut where Pearlmania shuts up? And I'm here to tell you, no. Not as long as we're married.
Not until QVC hires me.
Oh, she's trying. This does have a QVC set feel.
This is how QVC set was.
This also feels like the Ellen show.
Okay, so Ellen was different than other daytime shows because she was big into social media.
Yes.
She loved bringing on people that were experiencing viral moments, or what would have been called 15 minutes of fame back then. She was also the first daytime show to start putting short videos and clips on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
It was very smart.
She saw the growth potential on YouTube and was like, bet. And then here's something crazy. I went back to look. She's still fucking posting on YouTube. Currently, her YouTube channel has 37.9 million subscribers, and it posts multiple clips every single day. That channel is still getting millions of views. And so I would bet she's making $1 million off of it because she has so many subscribers. And also, I looked, she has 14.5 million on TikTok, 130 million on IG, and 39 million on Facebook, and she's posting 3-some clips a day.
On
every
Facebook
day.
Reels?
Yes.
Are they doing well?
They're doing great.
Because that's where the money is right
The
now.
Facebook Reels. She's making bank on Facebook Reels.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She's still posting stuff from 2003.
That's so wild.
So like, if you think that Ellen's not working right now, she is. She's got 2 interns looking at SEO.
I mean, think about it though. She has 20 years of back footage, right? Yeah. And so if you have something like Toy Story 5's coming out, and you have, 5 interviews with Tom Hanks over 20 years?
Start putting them up again.
It's all SEO chasing.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I was saying she has like 2 interns watching SEO because when I looked at the clips yesterday, she posted clips of her interviewing Kat Von D. And I was like, that's weird because Kat Von D is trending right now because there's like this whole thing where she allegedly burned down some guy's house.
Yeah.
His mom's house, a castle. I don't know. But so like she is clearly looking at what's trending and then
somebody in the production
production is, and then posting old video clips, and then they're trending on all these different platforms.
That's so crazy. So even though Ellen is gone, she's not forgotten.
So Portia and Ellen get married in 2008 when gay marriage is legalized in California.
For like a minute, and then it was made illegal.
Yeah.
Famously, Barack Obama running for president probably caused gay marriage to get overturned in California because of, it was Prop 8. It was a prop to it. But the turnout was so high, and they think that actually like had a thing with it. So it came and went before the
Anyway, Portia and Ellen made it before the line. They got married. And I remember this wedding because I remember when it happened, the pictures came out and I was obsessed with Portia's dress. Let me tell you about this. She had this Zach Posen dress and it was like a halter top, but it was like a tuxedo cut halter top, but it had a 1920s drop waist with like a pink tulle skirt. So it was like a flapper ballerina. It was beautiful.
Okay.
Anyway, in 2008, also, Ellen Degeneres began working with CoverGirl, and she was declared the first openly gay CoverGirl. So she was doing beauty campaigns.
Okay.
And doing like makeup stuff. And also, I think we might have to blame her for James Charles becoming a cover boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because Ellen.
Also, I have a hotter take, though. And this, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this.
Okay.
Is that I think that technically Queen Latifah should have this title because Queen Latifah started working with CoverGirl in 2001, and she was the first black CoverGirl. But she didn't come out until 2021 at the BET Awards when she won a Lifetime Achievement Award. So I think they should give it to her in retrospective, but I'm not.
She wasn't out at the time, though.
No, she wasn't out at the time.
So because she wasn't out at the time, you can't give it to her.
I know, but I just want to give everything to Queen Latifah because I love her.
I know, I understand that. I understand wanting to give everything to Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
But you have to do out at the time because of that, because of everything else you have to go through.
I know.
Because the reason why Queen Latifah came out in 2021 is because Ellen came out in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is there's a balance in there.
Yeah, she watched that and said, nope.
Yeah, but I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably did because if you look at Queen Latifah's career, she got to do Taxi with Jimmy Fallon. That wouldn't have happened if she had come out of the closet in 1997. She wouldn't have been able to do Taxi with Jimmy Fallon, who gets to then hang out with Conor McGregor, the rapist, on The Tonight Show.
Yeah. He loves hanging out with a rapist on The Tonight Show.
I don't know.
It's crazy,
I don't know why
dude.
it's. But again, this is the reason why The Tonight Show is nowhere near as popular as what it used to be.
Yeah, because Jimmy Fallon sucks.
Well, that and also because The Tonight Show just is. I know people who've done The Tonight Show 5 to 7 times.
Yeah, nothing.
And it doesn't matter. They don't get full weekends at comedy clubs. The Tonight Show does not have the cultural cachet. Like when you look at The Tonight Show now, like look at Ellen, this is what Ellen changed as well.
Yeah.
Ellen made they started making the Ellen Degeneres show for the clips.
Yeah.
What can we get that can go viral as a clip? All right, we'll play a game. We'll scare people. We'll do these things.
Oh, and she loves scaring people.
Which became a problem.
Yep.
But with the Ellen DeGeneres show, one of the big ones was, let's bring somebody on and we'll have them play a game.
Yeah.
And that's what the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show does all the time, which they later changed to like Family Board Game Night and a few other ones that they do now with Jane Lynch.
Yeah, and Ellen had a spinoff. It was just game shows.
Yeah, just a game of just playing games that you could then buy from Milton Bradley and shit like that.
Yeah.
But Ellen playing Twister with, I don't know, fucking Helen Hunt or somebody. I don't know why Helen Hunt's my go-to name, but those two playing Twister will get more traction than just two of them sitting there and be like, so Helen, I heard you had a nice meal the other day. Like that's nowhere, like the sitting across interview.
It's not dynamic.
Well, because also, and a few people have talked about this. Somebody was talking recently about the death of late night.
Yeah.
Late night's dying because nobody gives a shit.
There's that.
Before, when you had a big name, Tom Selleck.
Okay.
Right? I'm just picking a name I had. No, you give me a big name. Who was the big name from the 80s?
I thought you were going to go for Tom Hanks. That's a big name.
Okay, yeah, kind of. I guess he's still a little bit more standoffish. I'm taking comparative, like, now you have these huge, from back in the day, you had these huge names, these titans.
Yeah.
You would only see them on The Tonight Show.
Got it.
They would enter your living room because they were movie people. You would see them walk red carpets and you'd see pictures of them in like Vanity Fair. Meryl Streep. Perfect. Perfect. That's so good. You are so smart.
Thank you.
All right. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep would go on a show like The Tonight Show or others, and she would have her little interaction. She would do that maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Because she had a project, and that was part of the deal. Now, we have a parasocial relationship with everyone. Every actor, before they get hired, every stand-up, before they get hired, the first thing they ask them is, how many do you have on social?
Yeah.
You have to already have people have a parasocial relationship with you before they'll even begin to start doing the PR assessment, before they'll even get you in that direction. Ellen did a twofold that was very different. One, she found people who were just building their parasocial relationship, like Kaylin Allen.
Love you, Kaylin.
We love you, Kaylin. Kaylin Allen. And there's some that she would help. And then there was others that she would, we joke about, that she would drain.
Yeah.
There were those two little girls that sang Nicki Minaj Super Bass.
I do not know what you're
talking about.
You know what I'm
talking
about? No.
There are these two little girls. Ellen had them come on, and they basically sang Super Bass, which was Nicki Minaj's most family-friendly song.
Yeah.
And Ellen brought them on, and to remind everybody how old we all are, one of those two girls just had her third child. And when you see them, they're like 7. And they're like in these little pink dresses.
Oh man.
And they memorize super. But this is how it used to go viral. Is their mom posted a YouTube video of them just rapping Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. And people were like, oh my God, here's 2 million views. And people were like, well, that must be popular, so we're gonna put it on.
And then Mr. Beast is like, I will find a way to make this mine.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so in 2010, I'm gonna change the vibes.
Change the vibes.
In 2010, 18-year-old Rutgers University student Tyler Clementi committed suicide. He was outed as gay online by his roommate and in front of the whole school, and so he takes his life. The tragedy deeply impacted Ellen Degeneres, who released a highly publicized emotional video calling his death a crisis and a wake-up call. She used her platform on the Ellen Degeneres show and in various media appearances to plead with society to end the epidemic of bullying against the LGBT plus Q+ community and the youth specifically. This tragedy also became a focal point in her subsequent efforts and public support for organizations like the Trevor Project. Her signature sign-off started after this, after talking about Tyler, because she would close the show by saying into camera, "Be kind to one another." And this became synonymous with her brand.
Yes. And the irony of her saying be kind to one another will come back.
Yes.
Let's put a pin in that. But this is also 2010. I want to remind everybody, because some of you are younger, some of you also don't just remember the time. Gay marriage was still illegal in 2010. It's not legal in 2010. It was pockets across the country. Gay marriage was still a wedge issue that was being wielded across the country about who we were voting for in the Senate, the presidency, and others, and you were still having people call it a lifestyle choice. Conversion therapy camps were still around. They're coming back now,
and
apparently.
Heche's mom.
And Heche's mom is being a part of it. But you have things along these stages. 2010 is also the year of the It's Get Better campaign, which was started by Dan Savage, which was YouTube messages to gay youth telling them, I know high school and middle school is bad, but don't worry, when you get out, it gets better.
Yeah.
And part of that is because of Tyler, but also just these type of messages. We're seeing it right now with the trans community, especially, where people are trying to tell, especially the youth who are, they're curious and they're having they're looking for more information to try to bring it down, because we're also in a very dark time. And so Ellen speaking out and using her platform, because the other thing I think people forget about the Ellen Degeneres show, white suburban moms.
It's white suburban moms.
They love this shit.
Yeah.
And so Ellen taking to this platform and Ellen speaking to them and coming into their living rooms every day. And putting this message into their head. There was something in there that had to push back into society against this bubbling rage and bigotry that we know that's always going to be there. We had a force that was pushing back to it a little bit, because that force was talking to these moms, and then those moms were going out in their community.
Yeah.
And they were doing things about it. Or as they were raising their kids, they were telling their kids, they'd hear their kids playing fucking Modern Warfare 2 and hear them yelling slurs in the other room. They'd come up with their, hey, be kind. Stop that. You don't need to say that. Stop calling that gay. Ellen said that's mean.
Yeah.
And because they had a parasocial relationship with Ellen specifically.
Yeah.
And that was very, very important. Now, I'm sure you're going to tell us more.
In spring 2012, Ellen Degeneres became the spokesperson for JCPenney.
Hey, that was a good flip. You did a dip on that one.
Yeah,
for
I did.
us.
Yeah, she did a whole tour for JCPenney, an advertising campaign. And you know what? We are also a spokesperson for something.
Hey, yes, we are. And we're going to find out what that is right now. Thank you so much to that sponsor, and thank you so much to JCPenney for finally stop being cowards and sponsoring Ellen DeGeneres in almost 15 years after you turned your back on your former employee.
So it's 2014. Ellen's at the top of her game.
Top of the game.
She gets a Mark Twain Award.
Yep. They're giving that to Bill Maher now.
Gross.
I know.
She is hosting the Oscars, and she crashed Twitter because she took an Oscar selfie during the live broadcast. Do you remember this?
I remember that.
And I had to look it up because I was like, who was in that again? It was Bradley Cooper, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Lawrence, Jared Leto, Lupita Nyong'o, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Meryl Streep, Channing Tatum, and Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I remember that being a huge. She was like, "Oh, yeah." This was also, and I think didn't it later come out? I don't know if it ever came out. This was also kind of like an iPhone push too.
Yeah,
it was like a whole thing about I think she posted it to Twitter,
probably, and
Instagram. And again, it was her. She was very smart. She knew how to to push her socials.
Yeah.
Because then people were like, "Oh, I want to show you. Oh my God, I can't believe all these stars got together to take a fucking selfie of all things."
I don't know.
And it was a live one-take selfie.
Yeah. And Bradley Cooper's one holding the phone.
Yeah.
Bradley takes the picture.
That's crazy.
Ellen DeGeneres earned an estimated $60 million per year during the peak of the Ellen DeGeneres show.
60
million.
Wow.
Because she also owned the production company that makes the Ellen show, so she was getting paid double.
Yo.
She was Scrooge McDucking into the coins.
Oh my God.
Diving into the money.
If we own the production studio.
Well, we don't. We're
I
renting.
know, right now we're renting it.
So she was
and
also,
I love renting it.
She was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama.
I remember that. There's a famous image of her crying.
Her
that
crying
she's
for
putting
her
on.
instrumental bravery in advancing LGBTQ plus rights. I'm having a really hard time with the letters today.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres and former President George W. Bush became publicly known as friends on October 6th, 2019, when they were spotted laughing and sitting together at a Dallas Cowboys game. When DeGeneres said, while DeGeneres never said exactly how they first met, she publicly confirmed and defended her friendship with him. Many fans were upset that a gay liberal entertainer was hanging out with a conservative Republican.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we all did know that Ellen loved Bush. But the thing is that's crazy is that George W. Bush in particular, as I was saying earlier, about weaponizing gay marriage as a wedge issue, George W. Bush specifically did that.
Yeah, he called for a federal marriage amendment in 2004 to define marriage exclusively as between a man and a woman. He also loudly opposed adding sexual orientation to federal hate crime protections.
Yes. And he was instrumental with, among Fox and others, really, really, really pushing and using homophobia as a weapon. But what's odd about George W. Bush, though, George W. Bush, terrible on gay rights.
Yeah.
But weirdly good on trans rights? It's like, but there's this bizarre story.
Also, I think he funded AIDS research.
Yes, he was very big on African AIDS research.
Yeah.
So there's it's a little all over the place with him. Also, he killed 1 million people.
Yeah. Also,
I want to
him
just
forever.
point that out.
Fuck
He did
him
kill 1 million people in
forever,
Iraq. And he probably is. Obviously, I have deep hatred towards our current president. George W. Bush, we wouldn't have Trump if it wasn't for George W. Bush. So there's a part of it in there. And this is during a moment, too, as in 2019 in particular, Twitter, the idea of cancel culture, people speaking out, people having parasocial relationships. And it was Ellen DeGeneres in a rich people box.
Yeah, they were in the suite.
It's like the owner's box.
The owner's box,
like
and she's giggling and laughing with George
and
W.
they're
Bush.
showing each other on the phone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just this is so weird, Ellen. Ellen, and people really lost it about it.
Yeah, of course.
And
Ellen DeGeneres used the occasion to advocate for her personal philosophy of kindness towards everyone, regardless of our differing political beliefs.
Okay.
Pussy.
Yeah, this is also, but this is just like you said earlier with Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop.
Yeah.
But you see this all the time. We just saw this with Nate Bargatze. I'm just a UFC fan. Yeah, you coward. We see this with a lot of fence sitters. I mean, Shane Gillis sits on every fence, but there's just so many of them that you see this, and it's like, okay, that's fine. But again, when you're trying to be friends with everybody, a lot of people have views on who their enemies are and what they're trying to do to people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to pretend with George Bush. George Bush does annoy me. Libs love to do this. They love to be like, well, look, I mean, he did say democracy's good. Yeah, he stole a presidential election in 2000.
Yeah.
He stole the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
We're in a lot of this shit because of exact choices that he made. Dick Cheney is still dead, though.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for reminding me that Dick Cheney is burning in hell.
Yeah.
In March 2020, remember March 2020?
Ooh,
Great time.
I feel like
Great.
a few people who actually still acknowledge its existence. So many people use trauma to hide it.
No, the trauma in your brain hides it for you, and that's the nice part.
Yeah.
In March 2020, comedian and podcaster Kevin T. Porter made a post on Twitter in which he calls out Ellen DeGeneres. In an interview, Porter said he wasn't trying to damage the talk show host. He was merely trying to find a funny way to do something positive in the early days of the pandemic. Quote, We were about 2 weeks into the lockdown, and a lot of my friends were doing kind of interesting, creative things to raise money for different charities, he explained. So my version of that was to do this thread on Twitter because I thought it would be funny. So this is what he posted on Twitter.
Okay.
Right now, we all need a little kindness. You know, like Ellen Degeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match everyone with a $2 donation to the LA Food Bank.
Okay. So he's doing this as a fundraiser,
yeah.
as like a little joke on there.
Little joke.
He's doing a play on her, Be Kind.
Yep.
Her closer.
Yep.
And yeah.
But also telling the open Hollywood secret, apparently, that Ellen is really mean.
Yes.
Yeah. While Porter initially assumed that he would end up receiving only, quote, super niche replies from the LA comedy scene, the thread quickly went viral, and the veracity of the stories shared online, they couldn't be proven, but it was a spark that led to more investigations into the behind-the-scenes drama at Ellen. Also, Porter has pointed out that the consistency of the stories made them hard to dismiss because the people kept repeating some very similar things.
So his line about the LA comedy scene is very important because Ellen did have a lot of writers and PAs and others and that she would hire from in the local scene. Because again, Ellen is very funny and she has an eye for talent.
Yeah.
She knows how to pick talent, but it's also one of those things where, again, with Twitter, or with most with social media, you assume this is going to be the thing you post that you think is just going to be a little local thing. Hey, maybe 20 people will respond.
Yeah.
Some people I know from some open mics. And then the fact that it's just like everyone in the world was like, what was that?
Huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of writers in the comedy scene, the former head writer of Ellen, her name was Karen Kilgariff. Sorry if I said that wrong. She apparently is the lady from the My Favorite Murder podcast.
Okay.
But she originally was the head writer for Ellen. She had gone on to Mark Maron in 2014 and said that DeGeneres was a great boss, that is, until the writer's strike in 2007, when Ellen continued doing the show and Kilgraff ended up leaving, and it was a very painful experience. And some people report that she was fired by Ellen for refusing to cross the picket line.
Okay.
So I also did pull some of other tweets. One person tweeted, a friend was a PA on her show, got their first staff writer job and put in their notice. Instead of congrats, they were told to return their Christmas gift.
Wow. Okay.
This person, this was actually from Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
He commented and was shared on People Magazine's Twitter. He claims that Ellen DeGeneres' mistreatment of people was common knowledge in Hollywood. And then Leah Thompson, the actress, wrote true story as a response. And then, this one really sucks. After working for Ellen for over 5 years, a close friend left to have a baby and found a different job on a union network so that it had good benefits.
This is a tweet you're reading?
This is some tweet I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
Ellen begged her to return and then fired her after 1 week. No reason given. And the friend struggled for a long time with new baby and no benefits.
That's fucked up.
So these are horror stories that are coming out.
And then also, again, going back into when you watch the Ellen show, one of her favorite things ever to do, and that's where the Ellen laughs the most, is scaring people.
Yeah.
She loves like playing
She
practical
loves
jokes.
scaring Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, there was so many, but she loved doing it. And if her show didn't do takedown notices of every clip possible, we would be showing them.
So many Sarah Paulson clips because number one, I love her.
You love Sarah Paulson.
Number two, we can't use any clips because apparently all of her social media is incredibly litigious.
Yes.
Because she makes so much money off of it.
Yes, 100%. And so, I mean, God, imagine if Ellen comes after us harder than BetterHelp. That would be something. That's why you guys need to support us at Pearlmania500.net.
That tweet, in turn was followed by an investigation report by BuzzFeed, and there was internal investigations through the production companies, etc. In July 2020, 10 former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show accused Ellen of creating toxic on-set atmosphere that included racism, intimidation, and fear, including failing to address executives sexually harassing female employees and people making racist microaggressions and abuse to or about employees of color, firing in people for taking medical and bereavement leave, and replacing her crew with non-union tech workers during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
So all of this is coming out through friggin' BuzzFeed.
And this
is all anonymous and alleged.
And this is also, we're literally like, this is at the same time as probably the biggest reckoning is happening, socio-political, economic reckoning in America of the modern age.
Yeah.
Everyone's in lockdown. Everyone's kind of bored. Everyone's outraged. This is the early lockdown. We just had the Imagine song.
Oh my God.
That everyone hates, right?
Yeah.
And there's all these other moments that are happening like this. And so this is part of that soup.
Yeah. Crew members were told by production to expect a 60% reduction in pay, even though the show was still on air and they were still working some of the time. She was filming the show from the inside of her mansion and still making a ton of money because she still had full advertisers and everything.
Yeah.
Ellen did not take 60% cut of her pay, by the way.
I remember people commenting about that.
Yeah.
Specifically because like this is also another thing too with a lot of these rich people, especially the ones like Ellen who didn't understand, they didn't have a posting wall.
Yeah.
They didn't pick like a spot to go put your back up against. So she was shooting and you're like, you could see like a big space behind her.
Behind her.
You're like, oh, you're in this
Beautiful
huge mansion. So then when
windows.
you start hearing about like, oh, you're cutting your staff versus guys like Conan.
Yeah.
Like famously the writer's strike, Conan like, would make sure that he still paid his crew.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people would go out of their way like, hey, we're all in this together, especially during the lockdowns. And especially because with the unions and with the studios and everyone trying to figure out what the new normal was going to be. It was like 2 years before everything came back online.
Yeah.
And even then, there were still protocols around COVID.
And then AI came.
And then AI, yeah.
So one former employee alleged that Degeneres fired him for setting up a GoFundMe page because he had a medical issue and their health insurance that he got through the job didn't cover all of the expenses. So he set up a GoFundMe to raise money for his medical needs. And production came to him and demanded he take down the GoFundMe because it looked bad on Ellen's image that one of her employees would need a GoFundMe. And then he refused to do it, so he was allegedly fired before that.
Wow.
Yeah. So as the social media backlash against Ellen DeGeneres grows, this includes people sharing many clips of different segments on her show where she's like being mean to people and like the scaring, the mean, the snotty, the petty. Like people are really digging and going through and being like, look at her. She's actually kind of really mean all the time.
Yeah.
And then this 2019 interview with actor Dakota Johnson starts trending again. After Ellen DeGeneres insists that Dakota hadn't invited her to her recent birthday party, Dakota pushes back as saying, actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
This is like a meme now.
Clip.
It's a meme
clip.
now. There's the image of Dakota Johnson looking at her going, actually, Ellen, that's not true. Is like, it's you. I still to this day see this get posted.
Johnson told Generous that she had made sure to invite her to the party because the last time she was on the show, she had complained that she didn't get invited to the birthday before that. But here's the thing. I think that, number one, that clip is iconic, but the funniest part of the clip nobody ever gets to. Because at the very end of the clip, Ellen is trying desperately to pivot because she's been proven wrong.
Yeah.
And she's being made a fool of. And so Ellen looks at Dakota and goes, I heard Tig Notaro performed at your party. And Dakota, straight-faced as fuck, looks her in the eye and goes, yeah, she's my favorite comedian. And when I tell you Ellen's face cracks.
Yeah.
Like she cannot hold it together. It's the funniest part of the clip, but nobody plays it till the end.
That's because everyone loves to do the butterfly effect poster board, the red stringing about it. Because Dakota Johnson was on there. She was promoting one of the Grey movies.
The Grey movies? The Widow?
Shades of Grey.
Oh, yeah. 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. And if you follow it all the way back, Ellen DeGeneres, like in this clip, only exists because of 9/11.
Okay, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that?
Let me tell you something even funnier than that.
Okay, what's not even funnier than that?
Funnier than that. Okay, so Dakota Johnson's birthday party, the one that Ellen did not go to,
Yes.
was on the weekend of October 5th, 2019.
Why is that? October 5th, 2019.
October 5th, 2019
What?
is the weekend of Dakota Johnson's party that she didn't go to.
Why does that date feel important?
Because that weekend was the same weekend that Ellen was in the box with George W. at the Dallas game. Go Birds.
Oh, Ellen fucked up so hard.
Nobody talks about that enough.
Nobody talks about that at all.
You need to realize that she skipped this party to hang out with George W. Bush.
So the Dakota Johnson, actually, Ellen, that's not true, would never have happened if she had just gone to a fucking birthday party instead of handing out with George W. Bush.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what happens.
Ellen Degeneres issued an apology and a statement to her staff. Some celebrities started posting on her behalf, being like, no, Ellen's really great.
Oh, like who?
But it's none of the good ones. Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, no.
Alec Baldwin.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's nobody you want on your side.
Oh, my God. Ashton Kutcher from the Danny Masterson trial?
Alec Baldwin from the shoot your employee in the face trial?
Yeah, Hilaria Baldwin's husband.
Okay.
He has weird, like, droops under his eyes now. Have you seen him?
It's because he's got 47 kids.
No, but he has like, these, like, things, like, under here. I wonder if he had, like, injections at one point that
Maybe.
went weird.
Okay.
They look crazy.
I thought it was just he didn't sleep because of all the kids.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Ellen signs a Netflix deal for a stand-up special called Relatable.
This is after she got canceled?
Yes, bitch.
That is pretty classic.
Relatable.
Pretty classic Netflix.
Relatable. Okay, here's something super relatable. Guess how much she got paid to do this Netflix stand-up special? It's $20 million.
20 million?
Yes.
This is why they keep raising prices, because they keep paying these stand-up comedians
Too much money.
too much money. I wonder how much they paid Tony Hinchcliffe for his dog shit special.
It wasn't released. Can I tell you something? I knew that as soon as I typed $20 million is how much Ellen DeGeneres got paid to do this, because she was the first, I think, female comedian to ever be paid this much by Netflix. I said, you know what? The man next to me is going to ask me, I wonder how much Tony Hinchcliffe got paid. And so I looked it up, and he actually refused to have the numbers released publicly.
Because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
Because he's a bitch. And he's not good at stand-up. 9.5 minutes of what do you do for work? What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
What does he do for work?
Not fucking stand-up. I love that the gatekeeper of modern stand-up, we've talked about Johnny Carson, be like, come to the couch.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson at least was funny and understood things and could tell a joke and could hire a writer's room.
Yeah.
The modern gatekeeper of stand-up comedy, the man who gives you the golden notebook, Tony Hinchcliffe, can't even tell a fucking joke.
No.
Doesn't even have enough charisma to make a room work. All he can do is get clapter. Clapter.
Oh.
That's where you applaud instead of laughing, because he just gets up there and goes, it's the Jews. Right? I've talked about everyone tonight.
The show aired, the Ellen DeGeneres show aired.
Relatable.
Fine. Well, no, the relatable thing does whatever. It's
$20 million.
$20 million.
Very relatable.
It's like, okay, people are like, it's fine. People that liked it liked it.
We're relatable today. We commuted.
The show aired. The Ellen DeGeneres show gets canceled. She says that she's ending the show, but some people are like, it got canceled. Whatever.
Yeah, because at this point, advertisers are like, we were the kindness.
We have to get out of here.
You were the kindness lady.
You were the kindness lady.
She was giving away like free TVs at one point.
Yeah.
Like Vizio isn't going to want to partner.
Yeah.
Roku isn't like, hey, and she's like, I'm going to beat my staff in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Allegedly.
The show airs its final episode on May 26, 2022. And the last guest on the show was Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, from the morning show.
Okay, yes, from the morning show. It's a great show.
It's a great show on Apple TV.
But it's nice that it was the first
There
and the
is
last.
a weird moment in the morning show where there's like so many weird moments in the morning show
yeah.
where they really try to like make Matt Lauer the good guy.
They gotta
and then
stop trying to
they
make-
also tried to make they gave Renelle, what is her name? Who's the other lady on the morning show?
From
Alabama. Yeah, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
They have her brother was at January 6th.
Huh.
There's like a whole plot line where like she knows
yeah.
she hides that her brother was at January 6th,
Yeah,
and they make it a big plot point.
It's weird.
And now looking back on it, it's like, well, she's gonna get pardoned.
Portia and Ellen renewed their wedding vows at a surprise birthday party. So basically, they told all their friends that they're having a birthday party, but everybody gets there. Surprise! It's actually a wedding renewal ceremony.
Oh, great, Ellen.
It was Portia's birthday, January 31st, 2023, at their home in California, and the ceremony was officiated by their good friend, Kris Jenner.
Oh, come on. How the fuck is a Kardashian involved?
There's always a Kardashian involved.
Yeah. I mean, it makes, again, Ellen does collect evil people like Pokemon.
She really does, dude.
Yeah.
Portia wore her original
Was George W. Bush there?
Portia wore her original wedding dress, which I love. But the thing I don't love is I get this icky feeling because I read all the promo about it and like the little videos that were about it. And it feels to me, and this is allegedly in just my opinion, it feels like Ellen stole Portia's birthday party to get good press out there.
Okay.
Because specifically when you look at the guest list of who was there, it feels like she picked people that would be highlighted in the media to be like, oh my God, guess who was at the guest list of this super secret wedding ceremony? And here's some of the guest lists. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Ugh.
Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Katy Perry.
Ugh.
Carol Burnett.
Oh.
Melissa Etheridge.
Okay.
Orlando Bloom. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Okay.
So it just feels like she's just trying to get press.
For beyond Carol Burnett and
Melissa Etheridge.
Because obvious, like, but comedy icon, gay icon, and musician. Yeah. The rest does kind of feel of like who was popular on Instagram in 2013.
Yeah, like if you're only inviting over 15 people to a secret birthday dinner, and then you're gonna surprise them just showing up in your wedding dress, and Kris Jenner's gonna officiate. It feels like you stole her birthday party for promo.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
It feels like one last gasp. Let's see, because also it's one of those things too when you've been canceled. Because the thing is Ellen could come back. Ellen can, and she probably will.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, though, is when you're being canceled, you try to do things like, well, let me put out a thing that no one would leave a mean comment on.
Yeah.
I'll put out a thing that no one will leave. Here's a picture of me holding a puppy. And then everyone's like,
I remember the puppy episode. It changed my life.
Yeah, the way you ruin puppies. Like, but there's a thing, though.
You have to adopt, not shop. Because she'd say she bought a puppy, see?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm saying, but this is what people do. And there's a testing that you do in that in personal PR. When you're playing around with these things.
Citing the political climate following the 2024 U.S. election, the couple moved to Cotswolds, England.
Portia and Ellen?
Yeah, Portia and Ellen.
I remember this. Yeah, they left America.
Yeah, Rosie went to Ireland.
Yeah.
They went to England.
Yeah.
They bought like this big, beautiful estate because Portia's big into horses, so I guess they like...
Yeah, but also like Ellen and Portia famously, because I remember them talking about that, they move like every 6 months.
They move a lot because they're big into real estate. They like to buy a house and flip it.
It's not
like rich people flip it.
No, but I think it's also part of it is like Ellen not wanting to. Ellen has a nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the jobs. Not to get like too therapeutic about it, but there's a thing about her where she always wants to be on the move. And you and I were like that when we first got together until we bought this house, and then we found all the nightmares.
Yeah, we're like, well, we're stuck now.
Yeah, for a bit, we're doing stuff. But we moved a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we were always like moving, especially a rental.
Every lease that came up, we were like, let's find somewhere new.
Yeah.
Always.
The lease we kept the longest was during COVID. And then during that one, I was like, we need to buy a house.
Yeah, we're like, we're never doing this.
And then we found this one. And we're like, it's haunted. There's what in the wall? Not asbestos.
Not asbestos.
Hey.
So finding the British weather difficult to handle, the couple bought another property in Montecito, California for the wintertime.
Okay. Because fascism famously doesn't happen in the winter, right,
Well,
Ellen?
it's too cold. It's too cold and gray.
They have enough money. They could have gone to Portugal.
I mean, they could have gone to Spain.
Portugal, Spain, they're right there.
Fiji, gone to Love Island.
There's so many islands.
Okay.
I didn't check.
When discussing getting kicked out of Hollywood, she did this interview, and they were interviewing her about getting kicked out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
She said she's been kicked out of Hollywood before. She was kicked out in 1998 for being gay. This is the last quote I have. Next time I'll be kicked out for being old. Old, gay, and mean. The triple crown.
Honestly, she's still funny.
No, but like, that's so funny.
She's still funny.
That's,
I would say.
Honestly, I would say if a man said this, it wouldn't be a thing.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be. I would say, I mean, that's the thing. The one thing they can never take away from Ellen is that she is funny.
Yeah.
I think that there is a distance between the classic Ellen, and the one of today.
Yeah.
It's a lot
And
to
it's
come
money.
back.
It's just money.
It's too much money.
It's too much. She's
It's
just too
legitimately
much money.
too much money.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the things of like what so many. I think there's a thing that happens with what Ellen went through when she came out, right? About she was such a groundbreaker, such a trailblazer. She sacrificed so much when she came out, and she opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. And I think that she believed that made her special.
Yeah.
Special enough to be above the criticism, whether it be hanging out with George Bush, the treatment of staff, relatability, all of these things. And then times changed. And I think the times changed faster than her. And actually, for me, what actually made it all make sense was at the very beginning of this, when you told me that she was born in 1958.
Yeah.
The second you told me that she was a boomer,
She had to close the door behind her.
it's not just so much close the door
do it.
behind her. It's also of just like, am I the wrong or is it the children?
Yeah.
No, the children must be wrong. And I think a lot of what Ellen, especially since about 2019, because again, Super Bowl selfie is a big moment, but that George Bush moment, there was a lot of telling that. There was the shift that happened after COVID of like how television died and our devices became number one. The move from TV to devices, the switch in that PR. She was good at social media, but that was like she was juiced from TV for social media.
Yeah.
And so, when you look at these numbers of what she has, like how many of those numbers are people who are still actually fans? How many of those followers are still legitimately alive?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of old people that watched Ellen during the daytime. There was a lot of people who, like, when you look at Facebook, how many of those accounts are still active? And there's a lot in that. And so, to Ellen, if you or your lawyers have been watching this episode, thank you guys so much for making it to the end. But
Join our Patreon.
join our Patreon. I'm sure you'll do it for discovery. But also to Ellen yourself. Ellen, we'll rent the studio again. We'll put a chair right here. We'll put a throne right here for Ellen. And we would love to hear, honestly, Ellen, I would love to hear your side of the story. And I would love to hear more of your thoughts and have a discussion. I think Ellen's been one of those ones I've always found very, very interesting. And I do want to be very clear about this. She is very funny. She is a trailblazer. And like every human being on earth, she's made mistakes. Yeah. It's up to the listeners and the viewers and people in general of how much you want to forgive.
I said at the beginning, we're going to let you guys decide.
We'll let you decide.
Yeah.
Who won?
You tell
Who
us.
lost?
You tell
decide
us.
right here on Epic Rap Battles of History. No?
All right. We got to get out of this studio. Too much is crazy.
Yeah, we've actually run over our time, and so it actually costs us even more money. Join us at Pearlmania500.net so we can keep affording beautiful things like this or just to get our walls fixed at home. We'll see you next week. Like, subscribe, and comment.